Oh, I didn't know what it was.
It's right here. Right here by the cat food. Oh, look at you, Joe. Looking all pretty. Looking all sweet and stuff. What's up, Joe?
Hello, Jaws.
How you doing, man?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Good. Welcome. Welcome. Thanks for coming over and talking with me this morning. I had to
Of course.
actually had an open spot today. I was supposed to talk with a running coach today. He works out of OK Runner, but he had some race he had to go to today, unfortunately. So that left me
Those
the
guys
opportunity to
always
talk to you, though,
Oh, nice.
which is nice because you just completed the half marathon.
I did.
Your first one ever, right?
The first run ever.
It wasn't your first run. I
Well,
mean,
first
you did
race.
some runs.
First race.
Had you run before in your life? Like, or is this just something you picked up recently?
That's new. Yeah.
What led you to running?
I started. Well, it's.
Be honest, man. Just
I'm telling you, it's Mental Health Awareness Month. So I started doing some therapy back in November because I was feeling a little weird, and I felt weird my whole life, and found out that if you run and take care of yourself, it'll make you feel better.
It does. It does. It helps out a lot. It's amazing how much physical activity helps with your mental.
Yeah, he told me just get some movement, and I was like, no, man, I'm gonna take off on this.
That was what your therapist recommended?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a good therapist, dude. I mean,
So got me moving pretty quick.
Yeah, diet and exercise, man, they have a lot to do with your mental health. It's very surprising.
Yes.
I mean, I found out a few years ago too,
Yeah.
You remember me when I drank.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you've been a part of my life for years now.
I've known you since I was 17. So
And how old are you now?
34. 17
Almost
years.
20 years.
Half my life.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a long time.
Met you at Outback Steakhouse.
Busting tables.
Little Joe busting tables.
I was quick with the towel.
Oh man, I do not miss working at Outback, dude.
That was so long ago.
Have you been there recently?
Yeah, last time I went was the first time I paid full price for food.
Yeah, I know.
We
depending on who we get, we still get half off.
Yeah, I didn't know the bartender at all. So
isn't that weird?
Yeah,
to go back to Outback and just, who are you?
Yeah,
where's Billy?
Yeah, it's not the same.
No. How hard was running? How hard was the race?
The race?
Mm-hmm.
Not
a half marathon. Marathon is hard to run, man.
It wasn't as hard as I expected.
What do you mean?
I mean, I ran the whole time except for a bathroom break.
Yeah, but
I expected I'd walk a little bit, and I was scared. That's why I think next year, like, I'm not gonna be scared at all. If I do it,
Yeah,
because I know I can, unless I take some steps back.
And what was the most you ran up leading to the race? Like in your training preparation, like what was the furthest?
8 miles. Yeah. I felt like I could have gone more that day, but
I remember you telling me about that, I think.
Yeah. I had a little knee injury, so I backed off a lot.
Yeah, you need to rest your knees. Man.
Yeah.
Knees are important.
I didn't run for like 12 days before the race. But I rode my little exercise bike. Got some exercise in that way. That's like strength training more instead of like the endurance thing, which was
but riding a bike is endurance too. It raises your heart rate and keeps it there while you do it.
I mean, I could wear my legs out more in 20 minutes on the bike than running, unless I was running hard.
Have you ever ridden a bike so hard that when you get off, it's hard to walk?
Yeah,
because you're using different muscles and everything. Yeah, it's so weird.
Yeah,
so weird.
But I felt good that I did that and gave my knee some time because my knee wasn't killing me that bad. It was after I started feeling some things.
Did you take a hot Epsom salt bath I recommended?
It helped a lot. I got out of that thing and I was like, whoa,
dude, it's nice, isn't it? Yeah. The best is to if you do that and then stretch, dude. Yeah. It's just because your muscles are already loose because they're nice and warm and everything, and you stretch, you feel so good afterwards.
Yeah, I've been stretching all week trying to get over it.
And you said today's the first day that your legs did not hurt.
Yeah,
is that right?
Yeah. My knee doesn't hurt either.
The race was last Sunday.
Yeah, this week.
Yeah, so 6 days ago.
Yeah.
Good for you, man. Congratulations on completing a goal you set there.
That was a big one. That was one that I shot way out there for myself. I guess you know how it is.
Yeah. No. I mean, I heard somebody say once that your goals and your aspirations should outweigh your current capacity to complete them.
Yeah.
Like that's how you should set your goals. They should be really huge.
Yeah. When I was looking, when I started running, and I was like, man, that'd be cool if I could get that far, and it seemed pretty far. But I was like, well, they got the 5K, which I'll do the 5K. And then when I got up to 3 miles, I was like,
I could do
I'll
this.
blow this out of
Yeah.
So then I got up 5, and I was doing 6 and 7 a whole lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I figured, I was gonna probably try and get to about 8 miles on the course, and then take a quick little break, and then run the other 5.
When did you take your pee break?
6.5.
6.5.
The top of Gorilla Hill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's where I took my pee break when I ran.
Yeah.
Yeah. To the top of that hill. Yeah.
It was crazy how much people were like partying on the side of the roads.
It goes through that neighborhood right there, man.
That neighborhood, and then Mesta Park at the end, like they were partying out there.
Yeah. No, they do.
They had mimosas at the drink stations, if you wanted to know.
I was gonna say, did you see those one drink stations where it was like alcoholic beverages and everything? Like take a shot
Fireball,
of Jameson, and yeah.
I didn't do that. I had skipped the first mimosa thing. I was like, I'm not messing with that. But then I was like, well, I can handle it, So I had 2 of them on the next 2 stops.
Yeah.
But I think I drank too much Powerade and water through the thing because I was so full. You know? And
you can overdrink for sure.
I think I probably overdrank the day before too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Overhydrated.
I was so full at the end, I was really looking for that burger and beer, and I ate like 2 bites of the burger. It wasn't that great. I got a chocolate milk. The chocolate milk was perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like I'm going to stock up on chocolate milk.
Did you hang out down there when you were done?
No, I wanted out of there.
It was
a lot of people, nowhere to sit down. It was muddy,
Was it you who was telling me that there was like 20,000 people running that day?
I think that day there was like 15, but between that and the day before there was 20, 22, I think.
Yeah, because I saw you at the beginning. I was, where that Starbucks is in Bricktown, right by the movie theater.
Uh-huh.
I was across from that Starbucks. Me and Sam were standing there, and we're trying to find you. I caught you just as you passed me.
Oh, really?
Like I turned, I was like, "Oh, there he goes," and you were gone.
No.
And then we went to class and where you saw me. Do you remember what mile? I want to say you said you had
9. 10.
I was gonna say
I'd just seen a sign that said the beer's 3 miles away. I think.
Yeah,
I think so.
Because I want to say you said it was like 2 or something miles till the end and whatnot.
That was the longest 2 miles I've ever ran. I think
that straightaway on Classen sucks, bro.
Yeah, it was long.
Yes,
it was so long. It was so long.
And it feels like it never.
You just see all those restaurants and everywhere. Like, man, can't wait to get done with it.
I'm hungry.
Yeah. I was hungry, but I wasn't feeling that. My stomach was a little upset. And then like they were handing out pretzels, when I wanted water. I was like, no, I don't want something salty like this.
Yeah.
But you know what was really good was that Sour Patch Kid in Mesta Park. Have you heard about that?
No.
I've been reading about everything I could read about, so I didn't fail,
Yeah.
And so people were like, dude, Sour Patch Kids hit the spot. And as soon as it was taken in my mouth, I salivated a lot,
Yeah.
And it like made me feel really good. And I was like, oh my God, this is what they're talking about.
A little sugar rush and carb rush.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, it hit though. Like, and they were handing them out, and I was like, I don't know, candy. And I was like, wait, I read about it. Read about the Sour Patch Kids, and I grabbed one.
How many did you eat? Was it just a few, like a handful?
I just had one, and I stuck the other one in my pocket. Ate it. I ate it like the next day.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was good. I'm telling you, if you I think it would be nice for me because when I'm running in the neighborhood, there's no water breaks or anything,
Yeah.
So if I popped one of those in and kind of watered my mouth a little bit, because that's usually the struggle is there's nowhere to, I want to drink out of a puddle or something when I'm out there.
No. No, I have a vest and stuff.
You do?
I carry on my long runs that has a thing of water and has pockets for stuff
that
to
you need.
eat.
Do you do the gels?
I like the goo gels.
I have those. Yeah.
The Morton bars. Morton bars. I want to say that's how you say it. I don't remember. But they're little oat bars. I have some in the drawer over there, and they're good for like say I'm going on a 10-mile run.
Yeah.
I'll stop around mile 5 and sit and eat one of those bars. It's like 250 calories.
Yeah.
But those goos, I'll just pop them like every.
Do the whole course was littered with goose.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Oh yeah, no, it's one of the most popular running
Yeah.
things you can buy, dude.
Yeah.
So
You need to drink with them though. It's like thick, you know?
absolutely. When I ran the marathon, I had a little belt that I ran with that had 2 water bottles on it.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Long runs like that. Like I'm surprised you didn't have a thing of water. I know you said you were just gonna do the checkpoints and just refuel at those, but I'm surprised you didn't have a bottle of water or something that you carried with you.
Oh, the weather played a good part in that, making it easier. You know, the sun wasn't out; it was cloudy, kind of misty,
True.
especially at the end.
It was actually kind of chilly.
It got chilly.
Me and Sam got kind of cold sitting
Yeah.
there waiting for you.
When I stopped at Scissortail Park, I was like, man, it's kind of cold. you
Yeah.
know?
It actually got kind of chilly that
So
day.
yeah, I was thankful the weather wasn't my favorite.
And it was hot the day last year when we ran it.
Was it? Yeah.
Yeah, sun was out.
Yeah, it's almost May.
Pretty sure I got sunburned.
Yeah.
Well, I took my shirt off halfway through, like at the split point.
You ever get the chafing on your nipples?
From shirts, yes, absolutely, all the
Really?
time.
Really?
If I go on a run where I'm wearing a shirt, I will put
Vaseline?
no, I use the same stuff for my tattoos, Aquaphor.
All right.
I put some Aquaphor on my nipples, and
I've heard it's bad.
I don't get the chafing.
I've never had it.
Yeah, some people don't get it, but I do. Like if I don't put Aquaphor on and I go on a 5 to 10 mile run, my nipples will hurt afterwards. They'll
Like that, like
they'll be
sunburn.
sore. Yeah, they'll be sore, and I'll have to put some Aquaphor on them anyway. So I just put it on before, and it
I put the
negates
Vaseline on
everything.
before,
Yeah.
and I read to cover your whole foot in Vaseline or put your shoe on. Yes, I did that too.
And what is that?
Prevent blisters, I guess.
I can see my feet sweat too much, man.
It was slippery.
Yeah.
It was slipping and sliding in there. It was weird.
My
I was like, I don't know if I should have did that.
I sweat a ridiculous amount. So
My feet were hurting by the end too. Like getting out of class and
yeah. Did you get any blisters? No.
but yeah, my feet felt like I was just running on rocks by the end of it, you know. And
Yeah.
I thought I'd bought some nice shoes. I'm like, I'm spending more money on shoes.
What shoes do you have?
Some Nike running shoes. Yeah.
I use Saucony. Saucony is my running shoe that I like.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, there's all kinds of running shoes out there, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, there's
You gotta get your foot graft.
man, no, no. I just buy what feels comfortable, man.
Yeah.
I want to try some Speedland makes a really good shoe.
Everybody was wearing those like Hikos, I think.
Hoka.
Hokas.
Hoka.
Everybody was wearing that.
I actually have some Hoka slip-ons. I used to have Hoka running shoes, but I have a pair of their trail shoes in the back of my car that I actually do my races with. So the only time I run them, unless I'm running muddy terrain, but I only use them on my races, and they just sit in the back of my car. I think they're dirty from the last race that I ran them in. They're a good shoe, man. Like I've bought some that just don't. They hug my feet too much.
Yeah.
Like they're too tight. Saucony is just it's a perfect fit for me. It's got good cushion.
I feel like I made it through all right. It wasn't.
Oh, you did
I wasn't
fine.
dying. You know?
You did. When I saw you, you were looking great. You were looking strong. You were looking happy.
Yeah, I was
Like
feeling-
most people by that point are like,
a lot
walking.
a lot of people were looking pretty dead, you know, and like
It's not easy to run
I looked-
13.1
I looked
miles,
in the
man.
video, like the finish video, and the people behind me were just, and I'm just like, you know,
That's what I'm saying. Like you look good. What was your pace? You remember?
12:17, a little slow,
So,
you know.
but I mean, I remember.
What was yours? Do you remember?
No, I don't.
No.
I did my marathon.
If you were walking,
I did my marathon in like 5 hours and 14 minutes.
That's as long as it took me to do half.
Yeah, it didn't take you that
2 hours 40 minutes.
long. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, roughly about the same pace.
Yeah.
Thereabouts. Because
I feel like I could have picked it up.
I want to say towards the end, my pace was around over 12 minutes. And I want to say before that, it was beginning, I took off too fast. I was excited.
Dude,
burn myself out
the
like the
music
first
and
5
everything
miles. I
gets you
know,
hyped up, man.
dude. It gets you. You're like, yeah, I can do
They
this.
played
I can do this.
They played "Lose Yourself," you know.
Mhm.
Eminem, everybody's getting hyped up. I was like, dang, they're ready to get this going.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
There's a
dude,
party down there.
I know.
I was like, whoa.
It's an intense marathon. Like, it's a qualifier for the Boston Marathon.
Yeah.
It's not an easy race to run.
Yeah.
Like, you can run the Boston Marathon if you run our marathon fast enough.
You have to run it really fast.
Yeah.
You have to run it really fast.
I think that's what I'm going to do next year is try to qualify for the Boston for the marathon. Yeah.
The guy that won the half marathon finished in like an hour 7.
Yeah, I saw the
That's crazy.
thing of him. Like, he was quick.
Yeah.
That's fast.
He's won the full marathon twice.
I think he was. My wife pointed it out, and I think he was running like 5:16, 5:17 miles for the entire time. And I text Rachel back, and I was like, "That's what I was running my fastest mile at in high school." You know, like,
that's
fuck. That's fast, dude.
That's running.
Yeah.
You know,
he's hauling ass.
Yeah, it'd be so nice to get it done that fast, though.
That's what I'm saying.
That's why, like, if I do it again, like, I would definitely pick up the pace and get it done way quicker.
Oh yeah, you should shoot for
2 hours.
like, no, but you should shoot for a 9-minute mile pace.
Yeah.
If you ran a 9-minute mile pace,
That's 9 times 13. 117, about 2 hours. Right under 2 hours.
Right under 2 hours, yeah. So that's 117 minutes. So there's 60 minutes in an hour. So yeah.
Okay.
So 157.
Well, now I know I can make it through
hour
13.
and 57 minutes.
I can definitely worry about cutting it off, you know.
Yeah. But I mean,
or running short runs at home, you know, because the whole time I've been training was going for distance, not for speed, you know.
Yeah.
Because I didn't care how fast I finished it. But now that I see I didn't finish as fast as I wanted to.
And you felt really good afterwards, right?
Yeah.
Didn't you?
Yeah.
You felt like you could go harder.
Yeah.
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 Now you have to pick up your pace. One of the ways you can do that is I'll take you on a track workout with me one day if you want to go. It's fun. It builds your endurance. I'm not expecting you to do as fast as I do, but what it is you just find there's Northwest Classen. You know where Northwest Classen is? Their track. You're allowed. It's open to the public as long as it's outside of school activities. So you can go anytime.
On there?
Yeah. It's in the back of the school. You can park over by it. It's just open.
It's not the soccer stadium area, right?
No, it's their little football field with a track around it.
Okay.
But it's just open to the public. But the track workout that I do is so you do 400 meters pretty much as hard as you can, and then you walk 100. And then you do 400 meters as hard as you can, you walk 100, then 400 meters, walk 100, then 400 meters, and you walk 100. You're basically sprinting a mile.
Mm-hmm.
But you're giving yourself that little bit of break to catch your breath and to do the next quarter. And then you do 5 100-meter runs as hard as you can, completely all out. And it just builds your endurance. And then after that, you run a mile, just a full mile, just nice cruising pace. But it builds your endurance for running a mile, and it will help with your time. Like, if you really want to bring down your time, that's one way to help.
That's why I hate
doing it.
Training at home is because it takes so long, you know. I get off work. Every time was after work, you know. So I get home 6 o'clock, be out there for an hour and a half. At 7:30 already. It's man, it's late. Now the sun's out later, so that helps.
What time do you go to work?
8 in the morning.
Why don't you get up and do it before?
I work in Norman. So
get up early.
It's good enough early.
Yeah. But you know what? Your day will be so much easier because you've already completed that.
Yeah.
Like if you get up and you do your workout and then go to work will be a breeze, bro.
Yeah. That was one thing that was encouraging about the marathon was every time I ran was basically after an 8-hour work day, you know, so I was already halfway tired from working all day, you know. So that kind of maybe helped, or at least made me feel like it was going to help.
At least up here?
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
What was did you have like a turning point, like something that happened or something that you may have thought of or something that happened to you that made you decide to do this? Because you said you started seeing a therapist and
Oh
everything.
yeah. You want to
Like,
know about that? I'll talk about it.
sure.
Okay.
I mean, that's what this is all about,
Yeah.
man.
So basically, and I've felt this way since as long as I can remember, but I'm good at hiding it at work a lot. Sometimes it comes out like in the bars, around social times. But basically, I have schizoid personality disorder.
What is that?
I have a hard time connecting with people, and like I can shut people off real quick without caring, and it's kind of like I like being by myself a little too much sometimes.
Okay.
So I
Is
read.
it kind of along the same lines of lack of empathy for others?
No, it's
No?
it's
Okay.
and this word's always used in a very negative way, but it's most of these people are really big narcissists.
Okay.
So
You
like,
don't strike me as a narcissist, Joe.
oh, but I do. I feel like I'm smarter than everybody. Uh,
My wife feels like that, Joe.
yeah, and I feel like, well, I mean, I give people a lot of credit, but like, especially when I'm places like the bar, there's all these drunk, just negative people that I don't even want to entertain or anything like that. And like a lot of those people will be social with each other because they're around each other all the time, you know?
Hmm.
And you definitely know, I used to be around, but I just won't even care. And like I don't even have anything to say to them. Like it's kind of a weird thing. So basically, as a kid, I always felt like I was from another planet, and like I'd see the other kids hanging out, and I just didn't feel like I connected with people the way other people connect with each other.
Okay.
Uh, anyway, so basically, that led to that wasn't even like that big of a deal when I was a kid because I didn't really know. And then I don't know, there'd be times when I'd feel it real bad, where I'd be like, man, I just don't feel like everybody else. I feel different.
Uh-huh.
And then like when probably a little after high school, I started like Googling symptoms, and it kept pointing to this every time.
What's it called again?
Schizoid personality disorder.
Schizoid person.
Yes, it's not schizophrenic.
Yeah.
It's not that. But my brother has that. But I, when I had the girlfriend in over the summer, and I broke up with her in October, I really had no reason why. I just wanted to be by myself, and I didn't really understand it. And she treated me better than anybody else ever treated me. But I just
She was a good girlfriend.
yeah. But I just wanted to be by myself and like take care of things at home. Like that was one thing was I was spending too much time with her, and my house was falling apart, and I wouldn't take care of that. Like wasn't around my dog much, you know, and I just needed time by myself. So I broke up with her. Didn't really have an explanation why. She didn't understand it. And then I started feeling real weird, like real weird and super depressed.
What do
And
you mean by real weird?
just like isolating myself a lot.
Okay.
And then I was like, okay, I really need a therapist. And actually, here the turning point was I had a show with the band. We played at Okie on Halloween.
Oh yeah, Joe's part of a band called Cece and the Ivory Keys.
Yes,
It's just such a cute name.
yeah, a good friend of ours.
Yeah,
a couple good friends.
they're fantastic. They play local bars around town and everything.
Yeah. So we played Halloween, and Cece rode with me, and that whole night I was just so cold to the whole band. Like I wasn't being their friend. I wasn't being cool. I was just grumpy, and I was feeling real weird at that point. And then when we left, Cece was like, "What's wrong with you?" And I was like, "I don't know." And she's like, "You're off." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm not feeling good." And
That's good of her to say something.
and
Man.
that's when we were like, "Yeah, I need a therapist." So my first session, I do BetterHelp therapy,
Okay.
the online
Yeah.
video therapy.
Yeah.
And you know they try and match you with a therapist that's best, and they let you kind of pick one that you think would be best. And I got the one I wanted. I got the best one I think I could have ever gotten. And like that first day I told him what was up, and he was like, okay, let me ask you these questions and we'll go from there. And he's like, yeah, based on all this, you definitely show signs, behaviors, characteristics of somebody with schizoid personality disorder. So he can't officially diagnose me, but I've been doing it since the beginning of November, January, 6 months.
Okay.
And every time it's I got it.
Is it a weekly thing that you
Yeah.
do?
Every week for an hour.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm at work in my on my lunch break and do it in my car. Or I try to do it on the weekends at home because it's more comfortable.
Yeah.
But So then I started buying books and reading about it, and everything made sense. And then this most last book I got was real short, but it just explained it so much better. And it's like most of these people, everybody needs food, water, and shelter, the three basic needs, but these people also need. I think it's isolation. Yeah, they also need that. It's like a fourth need.
Mm,
And so then I
okay.
figured that out, and I was like, oh, that's what I needed.
So you're basically saying that you need to dedicate time alone
Yes.
for yourself
Yeah.
on top of all the other
Yeah.
basic needs.
Yeah.
Of a
Even if
human
I'm getting all the food, water, and shelter I need, I'm not getting this time by myself to whatever, then it's
and that starts to throw your rhythm off,
yeah.
basically.
Yeah. Yeah. So then I tried to explain that to the girlfriend, and she didn't understand it,
It's just the girl that you broke up with.
Yeah. Who I actually stayed the night with last night for the first time since I broke up with her.
Last night. Last night.
Last night,
Okay.
yeah.
So
anyways,
when did you try to explain
Sit
this to
down.
her? It's all right.
Yeah, whatever.
When did you try to explain this?
Back in like February.
Okay, and then you just are trying to kind of reconcile with her.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's a good thing, man.
She
Because
did.
you said that she would treated you good and everything, man.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
She didn't really understand it though, but whatever.
But maybe she will come to understand it. I mean, obviously, I'm sure you and why
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Well,
So they
I
don't,
hope she gives you a good chance.
they
'Cause you
give
seemed
you-
happy when you were with her.
yeah, they can for it or anything, but they can give you antidepressants and anti-anxieties. But whenever you run, you release what dopamine and
Mhm.
serotonin that
Mhm.
do the same thing as those drugs.
Mhm.
So it's kind of been that thing. And now, like, I told her, I was like, I'd get off work and have to go to your house right away. But if I went home and like got a quick run in, like a lot of these people in these books, like, yeah, this is what I do. Like before I go spend time with people, so I get my alone time in, and
That's one of the best things I love about running.
yeah,
Is
get
it
out of the house
gives
for a minute.
well, it's almost an escape. I
Yeah.
was talking with my niece last week about this. Like one of the reasons she likes to run is it's an escape. It allows you to think and have time by yourself, like you're saying.
Yeah,
So good.
yeah. I mean, I was feeling. I usually feel pretty good on the race, and even when my anxiety would get real bad, and I would be like, man, I don't want to run. I'm like, no, I gotta get up and run, and then I'd get back and it'd be gone, and like,
Mhm.
okay, I feel normal again, time for dinner, time to go to bed, So it's been a really good thing for me.
Good for you, man.
Yeah,
Good for you.
I haven't ran since the marathon. Still,
That's all right. You're
I'll think about doing one
you're
today.
recovering.
I'll probably do a little one tomorrow.
You're recovering. Just, I mean, even if you just go out for a walk, you've been stretching.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah.
As long as you've
I
been
did some
stretching.
little weights yesterday.
Good.
I
Yeah.
did push-ups.
How many push-ups do you? What do you do?
200.
No, just like, do you do 10 at a time? What do you do?
I did 4 sets of 35, 2 sets of 30.
Okay. Nice.
That's where I'm at right now.
Nice.
Do you ever do push-ups?
Oh yeah, man.
How many do
It's
you do?
my warm up is 100 push-ups and 100 sit-ups. I
You break
do.
it up?
Yeah, I do 10 and then 10 and then 10 and then 10.
Oh, really?
And I've added in, so 50 of those push-ups. Instead of push-ups, I'll do burpees now.
Oh, yeah.
You ever seen these Latin guys online that do these burpees, like the Burpee King?
Yeah.
Like they do, the way they do burpees is
Not like we.
they're so strong, dude. They're ridiculously strong. Like they push themselves up almost as if they jump, and they just swing their feet up and stand up. They don't bring their feet up then stand up. They like push themselves. They're really strong. Look them up, the Burpee King. And
Okay.
there's a Wildlife Fit. It's a dude I follow. He's very into uh, getting people fit and healthy. Like he's the way he does these. It's amazing what they can do with just a burpee and pushing themselves off the ground.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
You need a gym membership.
No, you
Do you have a
don't.
gym membership?
No.
Yeah.
No, we have some stuff in our garage, man.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Running,
Yeah.
push-ups,
Running.
sit-ups,
I have
free weights.
I have a couple different size logs that I carry.
Mhm.
I have kettlebells that I'll carry. I have a semi tire out here.
Yeah, really?
I'll flip that for a mile.
Damn. Really?
Yeah, dude, it's a fucking workout, dude.
Yeah, I bet.
It's a work. I think it usually takes me about 2 hours. But if you take from my driveway to 39th Street and back is a mile. So I will flip that tire
Down
and
Rockwell?
over end. No.
Oh my.
Through the neighborhood.
Okay.
If you go back through my neighborhood,
Okay.
it goes
Little,
back
like,
to like a
now.
warehouse area
Yeah.
back here that comes out on 39th Street.
Okay.
No, I don't do it on Rockawell.
Yeah,
I'm
just
stupid, but
literally
I'm not
that.
that stupid.
That'd be hilarious. Yeah, I don't know how far I'm gonna take this, but I definitely don't want to stop.
Well, I mean, obviously, even if you don't continue down the path of like running marathons or anything like that, uh, the running on a daily basis is obviously good for you. It's good
Yeah.
for your mentality.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I
That's
mean?
why I'm like, I don't think it's gonna stop, and I don't think I'm gonna stop seeing my therapist. Just like even though I'm feeling really good now, like he's recommended it, like take a couple weeks off. I'm like, no, man, I don't want to. I mean, I was feeling real bad for a minute,
Hmm.
So I got in at the right time.
Yeah.
So
I wouldn't take a couple weeks off. Like you said, I'd go for a little run
yeah,
today,
sometimes,
maybe a couple miles, get in a good stretch, and then just build it back up.
yeah,
So, what were you running regularly? Like, what were your regular runs?
5 to 6.
5 to 6.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sometimes 6.5.
Yeah.
6.5 is half a marathon or half a quarter marathon. So
Yeah.
that was kind of usually a goal once I
Yeah.
could get to 5.
I mean, even if you just do a 3 to 5 mile run every single day,
Yeah,
you
that's what
know,
my therapist is like, dude. People don't run 5 miles like every day. They run
most people do not.
one, two, maybe three.
He's absolutely right. Most
Yeah.
people do not.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, what we're doing is considered crazy to some people. Like, most people can't even run a mile, man.
Dude, it was just I think February 24th was my first run, and that was I could barely run a mile.
This February?
Yeah,
Okay, so you started this February, and then in April
it was like 9 weeks.
27th, you ran a half marathon.
Yeah, 9 weeks.
That's fantastic, dude.
That's it.
Yeah. Dude, most people can't even run a mile, bro.
Yeah, my first run, my last run that I recorded was 6:27:23, but so 2:21:24. I ran a mile.
So February 21st,
Yeah, yeah,
you
9
ran a
weeks.
mile.
Yeah,
And then April 27th is when the race was?
yeah, something like that. That was
28th.
April 28th. Yeah,
April 28th.
yeah. I went. That is crazy to look at.
That is good, man. That's fantastic.
It wasn't even that many runs, really.
Well, maybe not, but it's still setting yourself a goal and then working towards achieving it and then freaking achieving it,
Yeah,
dude.
it was like mid March is when I started getting up to like 4 and 5.
Most people train all year long. Good for you, dude. That's some dedication to it, man. I'm glad you found it.
Yeah,
And just for your mental
I can't believe I got up
state.
that far, that fast. I was like,
That's great,
and
though.
yeah, it's even. I still haven't even told a lot of my family, and they're gonna be like, "What is going on with you?" It's. I mean, I'm sure when you were making those changes, your family was happy for you, and they saw as you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
Yeah,
sure.
yeah,
Yeah, like, I mean, my mom's was proud of me. My dad was proud of me. We were making changes.
yeah.
Well, no, my
Rachel.
dad was already dead.
Yeah, I know. I thought about that as soon as I said it. But Rachel,
But Rachel, yeah.
you know, and the dogs.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. It feels good.
Making changes like that. I mean,
Yeah,
you can't be a screw up your
I
whole
don't know
life,
anybody
dude.
else. No, I don't know anybody else. I know like one other, one other person that did the marathon, and that was it. And I'm like, of all these people I know, like, yeah, a lot of people don't do that.
No.
People from every state came to do it.
Yeah.
Like 17 countries came to do it.
Yeah.
That's a big deal. There's so many people.
Well, I mean, it's also a big deal because it's the Memorial Marathon too.
Yeah,
It's
next
a
year's.
rather large event that happened. That
Yeah,
yeah,
that's true. It's like the Boston
yeah.
thing.
Well,
No,
no, it's
no, it's
not like the
historic.
Boston.
No,
No,
yeah,
but I mean, that's one of the reasons why some people do this marathon is because of what happened
yeah,
back in '97. So
yeah.
which is crazy. I remember it.
I
Were
barely.
you alive?
That was cool.
You were pretty. You don't remember it
I
then.
remember seeing all the fire trucks and ambulances going down Rockwell, like speeding down Rockwell, like tons of them.
Yeah.
That's all I
Well,
remember.
I mean,
And I remember watching the news and it happened.
do you remember feeling the shockwave?
No,
I do.
really.
Yeah, I was at Cooper Middle School, man. I was in seventh grade, Mr. Springer's history class, and there was just huge shockwave, and nobody knew what it was.
Yeah, well,
And
maybe
then
that's why.
the teachers went out and were in like the congregating in this area where they had a TV and they were watching the news and figured out what happened. And Mr. Springer had come back in and said, um, "It's the first time an adult other than my parents like got in my face and was like viciously mad." But he came back in and he said that a building had exploded. And my response as a seventh grader was, "Oh, cool." And he snapped around and he looked at me. He was like, "That is not cool, blah, blah, blah." I don't even remember that. I didn't know.
Oh,
I
cool.
didn't know that a bunch of people just died and it was like a terrorist attack. I didn't know that. Um, but yeah, man, I remember feeling that shockwave. It was so weird, dude. My mom worked downtown at the time, just a couple blocks over.
Yeah, my grandpa was in that building that morning.
In the Merv building?
Uh-huh.
Really?
He had already left that. Like when
No
when I
way.
yeah.
What was it? Was he just there for some sort of business and then left, or did
Yeah,
he
that's
work
it.
there?
No. Yeah, he was there for something. Not
Okay.
work. So
Wow. You got up just in time because it was the early morning, 9:03, 9:02, whatever it was.
like that, yeah.
Yeah. Like that's when the business day starts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, man, that's crazy. Preschool.
Yeah, I remember.
That's crazy too.
Yeah. That you were in seventh grade when I was in preschool.
No, that's not that crazy. That's life.
Yeah.
I mean, there's kids alive now that were born after 9/11, like
Oh yeah.
they learn about 9/11 as a historical event that happened before they were born. That's freaking weird.
Yeah, that's weird.
Like,
I mean, that's been a long time now too. 20
yeah,
something years.
yeah, time goes on, man.
This year's marathon's supposed to be or next year, the 25th anniversary.
Okay.
So it's supposed to be one of the biggest ones they've ever done. So I read.
Yeah, probably. Man, people like to, yeah, I
Yeah.
can see that. How much was it? How much was the?
$140, something like that.
Yeah, that was the half. Okay, because I remember because I didn't run it this year because I had scheduled a podcast on Saturday, thinking that the race was on Saturday. So I didn't sign up for it. And then when you're like, "Hey, I'm running on the 28th," oh wait, that's Sunday.
Yeah. Can't believe I got it done.
Yeah, I'm proud of you, man.
Was,
That's why me and Sam
so
showed
long
up
being
to
out there.
cheer you on, bro.
It was so long being out there.
Yeah,
Dude, so long.
yeah.
And then just like, when I like ran by the Capitol, I was like, man, I still have so far to go. And it just,
The Capitol's near the beginning too.
Yeah. There's, I mean, but just that many people around you doing it too made you want to keep going.
For sure.
Yeah.
You were around. I thought for sure that it would be scattered out by the time you got to Classen, but groups of people were around you when you passed me.
Yeah, there's so many people.
And I think right after you passed me, the first marathon runner came running by, too.
Was he like booking it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think he ran into me and was like yelling at me. There was some guy that I was running. He like ran into me and he turned back and he was yelling at me like, "Dude, you were looking ahead."
Yeah, I can't see. Yeah,
that was something I wasn't expecting. Was like, especially at the beginning downtown, like you got to weave in and out of people like crazy to get.
Yeah, because some people are slow, some people are fast.
I thought people would get to the side and walk, but they're walking right in the middle in groups.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like,
then you have the pacer groups.
oh yeah.
Did you pass a few of those?
Yeah, I was.
And there's always a group of people around them.
Yeah, I was telling myself, I was like, I want to keep up with this pacer group, kind of a little bit, but like in the beginning, they'd get ahead of me, and then they'd walk for a minute, and then they'd get ahead of me and walk, and then I finished. It was like a 12:30 pacer group, and I finished 12:17, so I got ahead of them somewhere and never saw them again.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, you got to run your own race, man.
Yeah,
you got to run the pace that you're running.
Yeah.
Because some of those people
compete.
Some of those people, like you said, yeah, because the goal is to complete it. You know what I mean? It's not to win it.
I didn't like out of about 7,500 runners, I placed like 4,500.
Yeah.
Yes, and I was like, but
you'll do it next year.
Only 2 months training,
Hey man, you got a whole year to train now.
But yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna run much during the summer. It's too hot.
That's what I'm saying. In the mornings, man.
Yeah.
Get up early. Get up at 5 a.m. and go for a 45-minute run, dude.
Yeah.
And then come back and chill before you have to go to work. It's amazing what physical activity to start your day does for your entire day.
Yeah.
It will help so much with the way you think too.
Yeah.
You know, because you
I know how to build the rest of my day.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like you wake up and you set that time for yourself already alone, you know, so you start your day out with your alone time that you require. You know what I mean? It's a good way to start your day.
That's probably true. Yeah.
You know, especially you know, start having a girlfriend again or something, you know.
Yeah.
Don't say
Yeah, I don't know about that.
There's nothing better than having one of those fucking things live with you, man.
Yeah.
They're crazy.
Yeah.
There's nothing better than having one.
That's true.
You know.
The right one.
Well, yeah, of course.
Yes.
Of course. It took me very many years to find her, dude. Very many years.
Yeah.
And it took a lot of years of hard fucking work to keep her. You know.
Oh yeah.
There's plenty of times she should have left my ass, man.
Yeah, probably, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Couldn't tell you the amount of nights I don't know how I got home. Woke up in that yard next to us, wherever fucking she had to come get me. What it's like, I can't tell you how many of those nights there were, dude.
How long have you been sober?
July will be 4 years, and
Yeah.
it's not completely sober. I know I always say this, but I always correct people because I'm not completely sober because I smoke marijuana and blah blah blah. I just don't want people to be like, "You're not completely sober," because I'm not. I mean,
You still smoke it?
smoke weed?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I didn't know if you were doing the edibles more.
Oh, I love edibles. Don't get me wrong. It's the greatest thing since the legalization of it in this state is the edibles. Like they're such a fantastic.
I had my little weed vape on my belt when I was running.
When you're running,
Yeah. I didn't hit it though. There's too many people around.
Man, you know what? In high school, so I started smoking weed for the first time when I was in high school. It was my senior year. Cross country was over. It was
You ran cross country?
I ran cross country and track in high school.
How much did they run across country?
A lot.
Like 2-3 miles?
The meets are 3 miles.
That's it.
So it's a 5K.
Oh.
It's a 5K. The meets are 5K. So in practice, you're running anywhere from 3 to 5 miles regularly, daily. But when I started smoking weed was that senior year in between cross country and track, right? And that was the best track season we ever had. Now I don't know what it. Well, so my breakthrough moment in high school was you run against the same people every year, you know, because you grow up with them. You know, they just go to different schools than you, right? So you're always competing against the same people. And in this particular race, it was a track meet. I think it was our first track meet that year. This particular race, it was the kid from the other school, my teammate, and then me, third, right behind them. And I don't remember what lap we were on, but we were running the 2 mile. And I want to say it was on, so that's 8 miles around a track. And I want to say it was on lap 5 or 6. We were coming around the last straightaway of that lap. And every once in a while, we would trade off spots. Someone would get in the front because people running behind you causes drag. It causes you to work more than the people behind you. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And it causes you to work more than the people behind you. So my plan was to go up front and give my teammate some relief. Maybe my teammate was in front. I don't remember. This was at 17, whatever. But whenever I went to go to the front, instead of slowing back down to pace with everybody, I just kept going. I ended up 3/4 of a lap at the end of the 2 miles. I ended up 3/4 of a lap in front of everybody. And I don't know if this is what it was, but THC stores in your fat cells, right? Because I would smoke weed on the weekends with my friends and then not during the week. So I think that maybe I had burned some of those fat cells that had THC stored in there. I got high while I was running and just forgot to slow down. You know what I mean? And just kept going.
So you've been a runner like that. In high school, you were a big time runner?
Oh yeah, no, I've run my whole life.
Oh.
I've run ever since I was in middle school. I've run track, cross country, and from the time of 25 to 37, I ran a little bit in that time frame, but there was more drinking and drugs in there.
Yeah.
But running's always been a part of my life, always.
Yeah, I've gone through phases where I've ran a little bit, but 3 miles was the most I'd ever ran before, and I only did that like once or twice.
Yeah.
During COVID, and then like last year I ran a couple times, but been pretty consistent.
Yeah.
Enough to hurt my leg. That's when I usually running a lot.
You have any? You have a medical card, right?
Mhm.
Do you have any sack cream or anything like that?
No.
Me and Rachel have this cream that's got CBD and THC in it, but it's for rubbing on muscles,
Really?
and it works fantastic.
It's like it feels like it's like a tendon inside.
Very well could be.
Yeah, I don't know.
You could have strained something. I mean,
It feels pretty good right now.
do you have?
Except like when I do that, I push down this way.
Okay, well, that's going to hurt a little bit anyway because you're stretching it.
Well, then it didn't hurt that way. The other way. So
Well, I mean,
I don't
you
know.
could have hurt yourself, man.
Yeah,
I would just take it easy when you're on it. And, your body will let you know what hurts.
riding a bike is easier than running on it, I think. So
Have you done any ice baths or anything like that?
fuck no, no way.
Do it.
No,
It'll help.
no,
It'll help with your inflammation.
no. I can't do that. No,
Yeah, you can. I did one this morning.
no. Where do you get all the ice at?
I just buy 3 bags at OnQ and
Uh,
fill up my bathtub and
and
lay
then
back in it,
roll the run cold water in there.
fill it up. Then I sit in it and I scoot forward because my bathtub's small, so my knees stick out because I can't lay down completely. But yeah, it's cold.
How long do you sit in there for?
4 minutes.
4 minutes? Oh, that's it.
Oh, that's it.
Well,
That's
a long
hard,
4
dude.
minute. I'm sure it's a long 4 minutes.
It's hard.
I'm sure that's long.
It's gotten easier, man. When I first started taking ice baths, I just literally sat in the water from my waist down. I wouldn't lean back because I was like, fuck that. I don't need that.
Yeah.
It's amazing, dude. What the shit that it releases, dude. It's in the first thing in the morning, an ice bath, dude, will wake you up.
I bet.
Will wake you up.
Yeah.
It'll do the same thing as like a run, though. And get all the blood flowing and everything. It's amazing what it does. I love it.
I would not. I don't think I'll ever do that. I can't do cold shower.
Whenever I get an actual cold plunge, I'll bring you over and make you do it
No.
because I want to buy an actual.
In your water?
Well, no,
While
like
you've been in?
yeah. I
Get
mean,
in
it's
right
still
after
clean.
you?
It's the
Get in right after you?
yeah. It flows, man.
So-
The one that I want, actually, it has a setting that creates it like a river. It creates flow of the water, so it's like you're laying down in a cold river, and the water's up over you. Come on in, dogs. We need drinks. Get a drink. Get a drink. But yeah, no. Whenever I buy, I gotta save up for it.
Like a hot tub, a ice tub?
Kind of, yeah, very similar. The little thing that you set up outside of your house, and it has a cover on. You take it off, you get in, you do your cold plunge, and then you get out, put the cover back on. Yeah,
The water stays like 30 degrees.
Yeah, it controls the temperature. You can set it to 35, 42, whatever you might prefer.
Work your way down.
Yeah.
Dude, hot tub's like 100 degrees, I think.
Well, I mean, it's not a hot
I
tub.
know. That's cold.
It's cold, man.
Yeah.
But I mean, what it does for you is amazing. It really is really cool. When I get one, you'll do it.
No way.
Yeah, dude, it's super easy, man. It's super easy. You just get in it and you do it. If you can force yourself to run 13 miles having never done it before, you can force yourself to get in this bath for 3 minutes. It's not that hard. It's not as hard as you
want
think.
to.
After you do it, you'd be like, man, that's cool.
Yes.
I feel great.
You think so?
Oh yeah, I did it with this kid at work, Jerry. He's a cool kid, cool cat. Uh, it was during the winter time, and we still had a few minutes before opening, and I think it was 32 degrees outside. And so I was like, "Hey Jerry, you want to come stand outside and in the cold weather for me for 3 minutes with me for 3 minutes?" And he stood out there and he's shaking. I was like, "You're good, man. You're not gonna die. Don't worry." Because your brain is like, "Get the fuck out of here. Get out of here." You know what I mean? Uh, but he stood out there for 3 minutes, and then we went inside. And about 15, 20 minutes later, I was like, "How do you feel?" He's like, "Dude, I feel great." It's something about the cold exposure,
Even the
man.
cold air will get you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like if it's 35 degrees, just go stand outside for 3 minutes. It'll do the same thing. You know what I mean? Puppies. The puppies are inside.
I guess that sounds a lot easier than running 13 miles, huh?
It is.
Yeah.
It's surprising, man. But if you can do that, you can do 13 miles, bro. You can do anything.
Yeah, I kind of feel like that.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a very
How did you
goal this
how
year.
did you feel when you crossed the finish line? Like what was going through your head?
I mean, I was glad it was over. I was felt accomplished though.
Yeah.
I was excited to tell my therapist I did it. Because he's kind of been talking to me every week about it. I'm like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. And kind of helped me feel better about it a lot of ways too. But sent him that picture of that chocolate milk and banana and burger. I was like, I got it. I didn't even get the beer. No. I didn't.
I do. There are actually races where people are doing like a half marathon, and like every mile you chug a beer. Like it's a thing.
The chug run or something.
Something like that. I think you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not really my thing. I don't drink anymore, but whatever.
Yeah.
Even running that far, I don't want a beer.
No, I want water.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
my body wants.
Yeah. Something with some sustenance in it that makes me feel better.
Yeah. I was so mad when I picked up that cup of pretzels thinking it was going to be water. And it was crunchy, dry pretzels.
I tried that on whenever I did my marathon. I ate the pretzels. I was like, oh, that was a bad idea.
Yeah.
And it just.
Did you see the people eating lemons?
Yeah. One guy I ran with, so for like almost half of my marathon, I ran with this guy who it was like he had been running marathons his whole life. And I want to say it was like his 50th marathon.
Oh my God.
And it was my first. But I ended up with him on the last half of the course. And he just he kept a little bag of almonds is what he would carry with him. And he didn't speak much English and I didn't speak much Spanish, but he kept offering them to me and he gasolina. I was like, yeah, take one, but man, they dried my mouth out so bad, dude.
Like unsalted almonds or gross?
Yeah, like it dried my mouth out so bad.
Yeah. I don't know how people were eating those pretzels and some of the things that are there. Lemons and.
That's what they,
I wanted one of the bananas, but I was kind of getting full already.
I find it hard to eat while I'm running.
It smelled like bananas. Do you remember running through there, Gorilla Hill, and it smelled like bananas?
Yeah.
Yeah, there are banana peels all over.
Banana peels everywhere, smushed, and
everybody dressed up as bananas, and
yeah,
they were just block parties, man. They're having a good old time out there.
Yeah, Gorilla Hill's a big party for the people who aren't running.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I kept looking at my watch. I'm like, man, it's 8 o'clock. They're drinking beers.
They've been drinking since 6, bro.
Yeah.
You started at 6:30. They were drinking at 6.
Yeah, they're waiting on you, huh?
They were.
Yeah.
I remember going through there, and it was so many people.
Yeah.
So many people on that hill.
Yeah. I didn't even think that hill was that tough.
I didn't either.
I thought the bridge in Bricktown's worse.
Yeah, I expected it to be way harder.
Yeah.
Gorilla Hill.
Yeah, they're like, are you ready for Gorilla Hill? I'm like, okay. Yeah.
That's kind of how I felt about it, man.
I think the bridge in Bricktown's going to be worse. That bridge up.
Yeah. Right as you leave Bricktown to go that. Yeah.
That's worse.
It's a nice steep incline.
Yeah.
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 But it doesn't last very long. That Gorilla Hill is, I think it's long.
Yeah.
It's long, but it's not very steep.
It didn't seem.
It's that's why.
There's steeper areas in my neighborhood.
Absolutely.
I'm really feeling it,
Yeah. Gorilla Hill was easy.
Okay, yeah, I thought it was kind of easy too. I'm telling you, like the whole thing wasn't as hard as I expected. So I think waking up at 3, eating the breakfast at 3, going back to bed was a good idea.
Yeah.
You know, getting
What'd you eat for breakfast that day?
bowl of Raisin Bran.
That's it?
Yeah, and I had a banana when I left,
Mm-hmm.
and a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
And a bottle of water.
Hydrate.
Yeah, I was trying to.
What'd you eat the day before? Did you eat anything specific, or just kind of eat normal stuff?
Dude, no, I ate a Johnny's Frankfurter with chili and cheese fries.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was good.
I'm sure you burn all that off the next
Oh
day.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I burned like 1,700 calories, I think, maybe 1,800.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me and Cece went to Highway and got some pizza after.
Nice.
Wow.
Was she at the finish line waiting for you?
She was there, but I couldn't find her.
Yeah.
She was on the marathon side, and like I couldn't. After I got in Cigital Park, they wouldn't let you out except for a certain way.
Yeah.
It was such a pain.
Yeah. They take security of those races pretty seriously.
Oh yeah, it's probably.
Well, I mean, ever since that bombing
Yeah.
at the Boston Marathon,
Yeah.
they do marathons.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
did you notice all the big trash trucks blocking off streets as you ran by?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, like they have to make sure nobody can
but
barrel
I was
through
trying to
with
go
a
out the
car.
entrance, and this police guy kind of tripped out on me, and I was like,
Yeah.
"Okay, I'm just trying to find the exit." He's like, "The exit to what?" I'm like, "The park, like where I'm at, the
Yeah,
place I'm in, the exit for that building over there." Like,
they take it pretty seriously, man.
yeah. But then Cece was gonna pick me up, take me to my car, and she couldn't drive around and get to me. So I was like, "It's okay. I'll take this Lime scooter." First Lime scooter I grabbed, it didn't work. Second one didn't work. Third one didn't work. It's like, damn, I guess I'm walking all the way back to the memorial, and then I couldn't find my car.
Oh no!
Yeah. I just wanted to sit down.
I'm sure,
Yeah.
dude. When we walked to our car that day, the day of mine, I hobbled. They were ahead of me. I was like, "Keep going. I'll get there in a minute. I'll get there in a minute."
Were you sore for a long time after?
Oh, dude! As soon as I crossed the finish line of my race, I couldn't breathe because my back. I was dehydrated pretty extensively, and my back had tightened up so much that it was hard to breathe. So I actually went into the medical tent for a minute, and they
really?
kind of monitored me until I felt better and gave me some pickle juice and
Oh yeah,
water.
I saw them doing the pickle juice.
Oh, pickle juice, it's good for it.
That's good.
It tastes fucking ridiculous when you're running, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I've been going to the chiropractor, the joint, and I tried to go Saturday before the race because I'm having lower back pain. They were freaking closed the day before the race. I was like, damn. I feel so much better every time I leave.
Yeah.
And so
I love getting stuff popped. I went regularly for a long time.
to the joint?
Not to the
Yeah,
joint.
yeah.
We went to Brixton Chiropractic.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, they get you in and out of there in like 10 minutes.
yeah,
It's awesome.
it's nice.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah.
What's next for you, Joe? You got any goals in the future? And it doesn't have to be running. Like,
I don't know yet.
you just completed a half marathon, which most people will never do in their life.
Less than 1% of the population does them.
Exactly.
Yeah. Maybe the Tulsa Route 66. That's in November though.
November.
I think
Route 66. Is it a marathon?
half. Yeah.
Half?
Yeah, I don't think I'll do the full.
Yeah.
I don't think I want to spend that much time running. I'm not that dedicated.
It's hard, dude. I mean, running a half is
That's
an
good.
admirable goal anyway.
Yeah.
No, I just mean like in life, dude. I don't mean running. I just mean in life. Like,
No.
got any goals, aspirations? You want to open your own music store? You're an extremely talented guitar player.
I'm not. I mean, I'm not. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah. You don't have to have any.
I don't really have any right now.
That's fine.
Just get up, go to work.
Not having a goal could be a goal in its own. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I constantly have goals.
That would be
Sometimes
probably would be good to get another goal going, huh?
if you want. I mean, it's up to you, dude.
Yeah.
Completely up to you. Like, I structure my life in a way that almost constantly has a goal, something reaching towards, but that's me.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
mean, I guess right now I'm always working on my house.
Yeah.
Doing stuff around there.
I was being a homeowner.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah. How long have you owned this house now?
2 years.
Doesn't it have a pool?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it cleaned in full?
I mean, it's full. It's not clean right now.
It's not clean.
No.
But it's a swimmable pool. It's not like full of dirty water. Or is it full of dirty
It's got
water?
a cover on it, so I don't know what it looks like.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know. I put the water bags around the outside of the cover this year to keep stuff from blowing under it.
Mm-hmm.
So it should be a lot more clean. I was
That's
going to
good.
pull it off this weekend, but I'm not going to. It's that cover's heavy.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's a lot of work to do by yourself.
Yeah. So one of the ones that just stretch across the top because you have an in-ground pool, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got the little springs.
Yeah.
You got to drill the things out of the ground and hook them on there.
Oh, is that how that worked?
It's little posts that you just put the drill bit in.
Oh, unscrew it and then you hook
The opposite end of the drill bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. The hex side.
I've never had an in-ground pool, so
That's a lot of work.
I can imagine.
I guess I got the Roomba for it.
You got the what?
The Roomba, basically. It's called the Dolphin, but
Sits on the bottom of the pool and cleans it
Yeah.
and goes around it. Yeah.
yeah. They got it pretty good. Like, I mean, you're not supposed to do those for your first clean because
Yeah.
those things are like $500, and putting that much shit through it isn't good. But
Clog it.
I did it like 4 or 5 times and got it pretty good.
That's good.
Yeah, without me having to sit up there and do it.
Yeah. As I'm sure you have to scrub,
Yeah,
like if you were to actually
it takes
No.
a lot.
screw that, dude.
Yeah, I've been
No.
wanting to get a pool guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would love having a pool, but I don't want to clean it.
Yeah, especially it's hot in the summer.
Uh-huh.
Well, the first year I lived there, I did the pool, and then I did the yard, and then the second year I was like, how many? Okay, yeah, been there 2. This will be my 3rd summer. Yeah, and the second year I did the yard and the pool, and it was really hard.
You should pay somebody to do the pool.
Yeah, yeah, the yard's easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should be fine.
Don't pay me. I'm not cleaning your pool. Not cleaning your pool.
No, well, the money's right.
No. I don't want to clean the pool. That's work I don't want to do.
Yeah,
How's owning a house though? Feel better than when you're renting?
yes. I like having the space, but it's so much more to clean and keep up with.
How big is your house?
1,400,
No, I got rooms.
3-bedroom.
3-bedroom, 2-bath.
Mhm.
Nice. So then I assume you have a living room, a dining room, kitchen, garage. I've never been to your house.
Yeah,
I know where your neighborhood is, but
that's probably close to this size, maybe.
this is only like 900 square feet,
Is
bro.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah, my living room's way bigger, I guess.
Yeah. This is only like 900 square feet.
Yeah.
Maybe a little over that. We're actually outgrowing this house.
Yeah.
My
Yeah, I
mom.
bought so much stuff since I've lived there. It's crazy.
Yeah, dude, my mom is coming in a couple weeks, and normally when she comes to town, she just stays with us. But she has a boyfriend now, Jim. He's coming with her, and it's just 4 adults in here, and we're not able to take off work while they're here. So we're gonna still have our work life going while they're here. So we rented them an Airbnb to stay in.
Nice.
So, like, I love you, Mom, and I want you to be comfortable while you're here, but you're gonna be in my way. Like, I get up at 5 a.m. I got shit to do. Like, I don't want to wake you up.
You always get up at 5?
Usually,
It's early.
I haven't been doing it this week, but I've been resting this week because I hurt my shoulder somehow. I think it was at work carrying trays. It's the way I carry a tray is like this. You know,
Are you working at?
I'm not gonna talk
place?
about where I work.
Okay.
Just at a restaurant.
Yeah, okay.
I don't want to bring them up because I don't want them to have some reason to be like, you can't talk about us.
Yeah,
Honestly, I can talk about whatever the fuck I want.
yeah.
But
I got you.
I just don't want to bring them up. I work at a restaurant in Bricktown.
Yes.
But the way I carry trays is like this. So, you know, if you get 4 heavy plates on that, that's some weight, you know?
It's heavy.
Yeah. And if you're constantly running food all day, there's a chance of hurting yourself. And plus, I'm in my 40s,
Yeah.
you know?
Taking
So,
all the plates off the table too.
yeah, and carrying them. Yeah.
It's heavy.
No, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm not
But I've been
carrying hot
resting.
plates to tables anymore.
Oh, I never carry hot plates like that. No.
Oh man.
Screw that. I have had some plates on me where I'm like, oh, that's a little warmer than normal. Oh, just bear and grit it. Bear and grit it. Here you go.
Yeah, sneaks up on you.
Yeah. Get 5 feet from the kitchen and the trays, and you're like, ooh, that's hot. No, but normally I get up at 5.
That's when you go to sleep.
Depends on the day.
Like 10.
Most of the time we're in bed 9:30,
Nice.
like 10 at the latest, dude.
That's nice going to bed early like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's more your natural routine of your sleep and wake cycle. You know what I mean?
I'm not staying up till 1 drinking all night.
Yeah. Or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, I think I'm really getting over drinking like that.
how old are you now?
34
How long you been drinking?
since I was 16.
Since you're 16, how long you been drinking heavily?
Well, I mean, when I was married, I didn't, but since I got divorced, probably about 7 years,
That's right. She was a bitch, wasn't she?
8 years. Yeah.
She didn't like you doing anything.
No, she was no
Like
fun.
she was very controlling, wasn't she?
Yeah.
If I remember correctly.
Yeah, no fun.
Yeah, because I remember randomly seeing like Joe, where you been? Oh, my wife.
Mhm.
I remember.
Yeah, yeah.
Hardly ever saw you during that.
But the last like 7 years, kind of since I've been doing the therapy, I've been trying to cut it out a lot. But
That's right. What was her name?
Michelle,
Michelle. That's right. Michelle. I remember her.
yeah,
Outback waitress.
that was a long time ago.
That was a long time ago, dude.
Yeah,
That's what I remember, man. I remember having conversations with Billy about your relationship. And Billy would explain to me how controlling and demanding she was. Yeah. I'm glad you're not in that relationship anymore because you
Yeah.
couldn't, if I remember correctly, and I remember talking to you, I don't think I ever brought it up because it's not really my place to bring that up. If you wanted to talk to me about
Yeah.
that kind of thing, you would have. Um, but I just remember seeing you and you weren't little Joe, dude. You couldn't be yourself almost, it seemed like. You know what I mean?
couldn't. Yeah, yeah.
What was that like, dude?
I mean, she hated the way I talked to the tables. She'd be
What
like,
do you mean?
because I was too nice to them. You know, she's like, you're treating these strangers better than you treat me. I'm like, well, I'm trying to get money, trying to do the thing. You
Yeah.
know?
I'm trying to. This is
Do
my
my job.
job. Literally,
Do my job.
literally is my job
She's
to
like, you're being too
schmooze
nice.
these people
You're
over.
being too nice. Why aren't you that nice to me? You know, I'm like, your tables think you're gay. You're being too nice. I'm like, what?
Well, what do you think
You know,
her
you get that server voice. You know, you
Yeah.
don't quite act like yourself.
No, you laugh at things that aren't funny. Like
Yeah.
it's waiting tables is a performance. Like I tell people, like it's a performance
Yeah.
for the most part. You're selling yourself to these people, you know.
If they don't like you, they don't have to give you money.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things I tell. Like I don't really care for big top tables. We'll get back to your ex-wife in a minute. I don't really care about big top tables. I like a 4 table section.
Yeah.
That's my favorite section, waiting tables. 4 tops. I can be personable to every table. I'll turn them all night long. I'll have jokes with them. We'll laugh. They'll have a good time. I make so much good money with 4 tops.
Yeah.
You throw a fucking 12 top in the middle of that, it gets busy because 12 tops are needed.
Yeah.
You know, you have 12 people needing something on top
Steaks
of your
probably
other
take 12
tables.
food orders.
Exactly. You know?
Yeah.
So I don't like big tops. But anyway, back to your ex-wife.
Yeah. What about her?
What was the home life like with that? Do you mind talking about
That's
this?
fine.
Like
I'll send you the link to this. I'm just kidding. Home life was
hey,
crazy.
you can tag her in this. I don't care.
No, I don't care either. Home life.
What's she gonna do? Be mad? So, Samuels, it's all right. Sam, come here. What do you think her issue was, man? Like, do you think it was
She had an
her
abusive dad.
insecure? Oh, she had an
Yeah.
abusive father, and she thought that you were gonna abuse her, so she verbally abused you in place. Like,
I don't know what it was.
so I mean, that's what it always seemed like when it was described to me what your relationship was like. It seemed like she was very verbally abusive.
Yeah, I mean, it was everything was on her terms, you know. And I don't know. Yeah, she always kind of treated me like I was the kid that didn't know anything, and you know, She just tried to be in control of everything,
Insecurities on her
And I'd
part.
never had a girlfriend at all before.
She was your first girlfriend?
Yeah.
So you married your first girlfriend?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's never a good call, bro.
Yeah. But it felt like it took that long to find someone that I thought.
No, I understand. I get it. I get it.
That search is hard. So, yeah, and I thought I would
Don't
give it.
search.
Yeah.
Don't search, man. It'll happen.
I guess, yeah.
No. There's no guessing about it. It's just the way it works. I don't understand it. I don't get
Yeah.
it. That's just the way it works. Like everything that is good in my life just fell into my lap. And all I did was just reach out and grab it. And
Oh, this is all coming because I'm surrounding myself by better people. That's what I told my therapist. I was like, everybody that's going to run this thing is going to be pretty positive, good energy kind of people that are taking care of themselves. And
that's thunder.
is it?
It is. Would you like to put your bike in the garage?
Maybe. Yeah.
Go do it.
Okay.
Okay,
no, that's fine.
No, go put your bike in there.
Okay.
You can. It'll fit. Just raise the garage and just roll it in and then close it back. Little bike break. I heard the thunder. Hi, Mom Bear. Wave to the camera as you walk by. Wave. Hi, Mom Bear. Ladies and gentlemen, that was my beautiful wife. Her name is Rachel Nicole Richardson. In love with little old me. Little old me. Whatever. Marriage is amazing. Is it going to rain, Mom Bear? Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, it is almost noon. Let's see if I have some little stoic saying for you people. I saved something the other day. Sun Tzu said, plan for what is difficult while it is easy. Do what is great while it is small. Words to live by.
We should keep next to yours.
Oh, yeah? Joe's got himself a little 110cc Honda. Is that right?
Yeah, on the Navy.
Yeah, he just parked it next to my Harley in the garage. Hey, quit.
Like a mouse next to a hog.
That little bike's cute though, man. I saw you pull up on it. Like it looks like it just takes off and goes.
Not really. It's got one gear. So
that's it.
Yeah, so it doesn't really accelerate very fast. Yeah. It's classified as a scooter.
Yeah. Do you have to tag it?
Yeah.
You do?
Mhm.
I didn't know if it had to be road legal or
Yeah.
I don't know what the regulations on those things are.
I don't really know either because I've read both ways. You need a license and you don't. So.
Yeah. No, I don't have a motorcycle license.
Yeah, you don't need one unless you don't. If you get pulled over, you'll pay a ticket. But
yeah,
you have insurance in the tag.
Yeah, I have insurance in the tag. Like, yeah, my brother went to the school that they offer that gives you the M on your license.
Defensive driving.
Yeah, he went to it. It's a weekend
motorcycle safety thing.
Yeah,
I did that.
safety course.
I did that in July.
Hot
on the asphalt, like 2 to 5. No, it's probably like 12 to 5,
bro.
And you had to have long sleeves and long pants.
Yeah, you have to be covered.
Every minute you're on that motorcycle, you got to have your helmet on. Like even if the motorcycle's not on, they were real safety about that.
Yeah,
it was so hot. That was one of the hardest things I think I've ever done. That was probably harder than the marathon.
Really? Well, the heat sucks, bro.
The heat sucks.
Heat sucks.
Yeah.
That's why saunas are so actually good for you. Like people who do sauna stuff.
Yeah.
I've saunas. Like I've done saunas before. It sucks.
Last time I did a sauna, I peed on the heater, and then you ever did that?
No. It was a public sauna. I didn't want to pee on the
I did it in a hotel. At hotel party in high school. Peed on
that makes sense.
You know what happens?
What?
It turns into steam right away.
You're so...
And it's
look, guys, my piss is steaming.
Oh, no, it fills the air with piss steam, so it stinks.
Oh,
Yeah, fills the air.
that's gross.
Fills the air with piss steam.
That's
It'll
gross.
evacuate the whole facility.
Yeah, it will. Speaking of peeing, I gotta pee real quick. I
Okay.
should have done it when you did your motorcycle.
That's-
If you want to tell people something, tell them.
Hello.
They're all hanging out in there with the wife. Let's turn this light on so they got dark all of a sudden.
Yeah.
There we go. A little bit better light. What were we talking about before you went and did your motorcycle? Were we talking about your ex-wife?
Ex-wife and yeah.
And yeah, ex-wife.
That's that time of life.
The word ex-wife is not usually followed by something good. So most of the time it's not. I know very few people who have gone through a consensual divorce.
Yeah.
So
That was tough.
how hard was the divorce process?
It was easy. She did it all.
Oh, really?
I
So
went I went down there and signed like one paper at her job, and that was it.
was it you said, "Hey, I want a divorce," or was it her? And then she just, I accept it. Here we go. Let's go.
I mean,
Let's fucking split.
We had her friend was getting married in Mexico, and that trip was already planned. And we were like, well, let's just go to Mexico and see if that helps.
And it did not help.
Oh, we had a horrible fight in Mexico. Horrible fight.
What happened?
I mean, here's what really happened. Did you ever meet her sister?
I don't believe so.
Well, they were there, but we were it was the night of the wedding. At the reception, we were drinking. I was drinking scotch and tequila, and
Scotch and tequila.
Yeah.
Oh man, this
on
is
the
not going
rocks.
to end good.
Yeah, and at the end, everybody was going to go down to the beach and hang out and go swimming like late, and I wanted to, but what I didn't know is everybody was going to go skinny dipping,
Okay.
and my wife didn't want to do that. They didn't want me to go do that, and so she didn't tell me that, but she was just like, "No, I don't want to go." I was like, "Come on, let's go! Like, let's go."
And you're just thinking it's a swim.
Yeah.
Okay.
But she wouldn't tell me that.
Yeah.
And then I got mad that she wasn't having fun. I don't know.
That just led to a fight.
Yeah, big one.
And then when you came home from Mexico is when you got divorced.
I mean, that trip was over the summer, so it was probably like the next year when we did. Yeah. I don't really remember why we waited so long. I don't know. She got a job and she was gone during the mornings, and then I was working at night. So
So you had opposite schedules.
yeah,
That's a good thing.
yeah.
Especially in a relationship like that.
But I remember one time, like I had my own room, like my old man cave room, and I was looking for that isolation that I thought I needed, and I'd go in there and try and play guitar and stuff, and she'd be like, "Okay, you can only be in there for like an hour tonight," and I'm like, "Whatever." And then like one time I was like really upset about it, and she was like, "If you want to spend more time," like talking about my guitar, she was like, "If you want to spend more time with inanimate objects than somebody with a beating heart, then you got a problem," or something like that, And I was like,
Turns out you do have a problem, Joe. It's an actual thing.
well, I guess so.
Yeah.
I
So
finally figured it out.
screw you, lady.
Yeah. But I kept feeling like I just need to get in my room and like do my thing for a minute and get away from this, and I always felt that. She hated it. She's like, it doesn't make sense that you married me and you don't want to be around me, and I'm like, I just want to be by myself for a minute,
Yeah. Like I need some time, some alone time.
Yeah. Go in there and probably smoke a little bowl and play some guitar.
And she was against smoking weed.
Oh yeah.
She was hardcore against
Yeah.
smoking marijuana.
Yeah, because she didn't want she didn't want her husband to be a little stoner boy, basically.
Mm-hmm.
You know, which that was a big motivation to run too, because I've always been stoner Joe. I mean, I'm sure you know the
Yeah.
stigma that comes with that. And it's like I just ran this fucking half marathon. I'm like, think how stoned I am now. And I used to, think weed was so cool and like cared about all the different kinds and all that stuff. That's like, just give me something. I don't care. Like, it's not a big deal to me anymore. It's just a very small part.
Well, that's part of growing up, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I don't think I'm gonna stop, but
yeah. I mean, I'll probably smoke marijuana for the rest of my life. You know what I mean? But it's not a necessity.
yeah,
Does that make sense?
yeah. I'll run my day around it.
Yeah. I mean, for years there, I didn't smoke because um, she was disabled and she relied on the insurance that I had through my job.
Oh yeah.
And at the job I had at the time, I was working at a private airport. Um, if any kind of incident happened, immediately you took a drug test.
Yeah.
Like you could not leave the premises until you took that drug test. And if you did, it would be viewed as a negative on the drug test if you left. So you had to take a piss test if any small thing happened.
Really?
So it was ridiculous. And I couldn't risk that. So I just didn't smoke weed at the time.
Yeah.
Pretty sure I drank heavily at the time. They weren't testing for booze in those drinks. That was a lot of self-medication years, though. So
yeah. Yeah, I feel like I'm definitely getting out of a lot of that. Like I said earlier, those people at the bars that like I just don't want to even fuck with. There's just more and more of those. And now I'm like hanging out with the CC and like kind of the older than me group. Like Bill Parker and them.
they're not there to get messed up. They're there to have a drink and relax and
they
unwind.
all have jobs and take care of their wives and the kids and all that. They're not these other people that doing cocaine on top of it and fucking not taking care of the kids and they can't keep jobs. They're all much more respectable people that I'm trying to surround myself with more.
That's a good thing, man. That's
Yeah.
a good thing. You need those positive friends in your life. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All those negative friends really kept me nowhere.
That's one thing. Like when you're trying to better yourself, people who are not trying to better themselves will always try to kind of bring you back down. Oh, you don't need to do that. Blah blah blah. Like
Yeah.
sometimes
there's one
friends,
specific one that been in and out of jail recently. You know the one I'm talking about.
I don't.
That worked at the restaurant.
You're gonna have to be specific, man. I don't.
Eric.
Okay,
Yeah.
Eric.
Those kind of people that just don't learn.
I don't think it's a matter of learning, man. I think it's just a matter. I don't know. I don't know what his.
But yeah, I just want to be around more positive people that aren't going to jail, aren't drinking and driving like that.
Yeah. No, that's a dude. It's what I did.
Yeah.
I mean, it's why I don't. It's. I occasionally go to the bar and hang out, but after a certain point, I'll leave and I'll come home.
Yeah.
Like especially if, say, she wants to go out and have a drink, and we go hang out at wherever. Say we go to Lumpy's. After about 10 or 10:30, if she wants to stay and still have a drink, I'll Uber home, or she'll Uber home later, and she'll stay and continue having a good time. But there's a certain point where alcoholics get on this different level, and it's just you can't have a conversation with somebody that's that drunk and you're completely sober.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just it gets annoying.
I kind of went on a little bit of a bender a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Where I was just drinking too much and bringing people home. I should home.
Joseph.
Yeah.
You slut.
Did I tell you?
No, you did not. Who'd you bring home? Let's hear the story.
A married woman. And her husband showed up at my house at 4 a.m.
Oh.
Yeah.
She didn't turn her tracker off.
Uh-uh.
He tracked her phone.
Yep.
Oh.
She told me she was separated.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's not necessarily your fault.
Yeah.
I've slept with married women. Like, I've made mistakes. Don't get me wrong.
I mean, I should have made her answer the door, but she stayed in bed, and I answered the door, and I just said she wasn't there. And then,
Bro, her car's outside.
no,
I see on my phone, it shows she's literally
Yeah.
in the back of your house.
Yeah,
Dude, those tracking apps, they're pretty detailed.
yeah,
They'll show you on the house where they're like
Yeah.
which section of the house.
and
they're in.
I talked to my therapist, and I was like, I feel so bad that I lied to her husband about that. And he's like, dude, like therapy's no place for me to talk about morals, but you lied to protect yourself, so like shit didn't happen.
Touche, because that could have turned very violent very quickly.
Yeah.
Because like
And
an angry husband.
he's like, I think it's okay. He's like, you lied to protect yourself. I was like, yeah,
very many angry husbands have killed people over less things.
yeah. She was like, he will kill you. I was like,
That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah. And then like he messaged her and was like, I heard your voice in his house, but she was quiet the whole time. Like I opened the door and talked to him real quick. So it was like after I shut the door and went back and laid with her that he might have heard her if he was creeping around my.
he may have been creeping around. Like,
Yeah,
who knows what that dude? Do you own a gun?
not a loaded one.
Not a loaded one?
Yeah,
What is
I don't
that?
have any ammo. I have guns, but I don't have any ammo.
Well, you should buy some ammo.
Well, I should
Especially if you're
stay in
gonna-
therapy before I load up a gun with ammo at my house.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Touche. Absolutely. But quit making bad decisions like bringing home married women,
And
man. That's a dangerous situation.
It was like a movie, dude. It was
Yeah.
like a movie. And then like the next morning, I was driving her back to the bar, and he was like, "I could see y'all. You're on the move." And I was like, "Oh my god, he's really tracking this."
Yeah.
He was threatening to call the police and all this. I was like,
What are the police going to do?
"Yeah, I wasn't holding her."
Yeah.
know?
You're not holding her captive.
Yeah,
No, he's just like, she gives him reason to be that crazy. Unfortunately,
but that was a big like, "Oh my god, I got so drunk. I can't believe I did that." But I hit it off with this girl at the bar, and it was super cool. And I wasn't trying to be that.
Yeah.
Do that to someone's wife.
In your defense, she told you that she was separated.
Yes, and the bartender confirmed when I asked. I was like, "She told me she was separated, right?"
Yeah,
I
she
didn't
told you that, Joe.
I didn't just think that, right?
Who was this bartender? Who was it?
Jeff. Jeff.
Mm, not off the top of my head.
He's funny. He's a goofy guy. You'd probably recognize him.
Maybe. I mean, I don't go out to the bar very much anymore, so the bartenders don't know me like
Yeah.
they quite used to.
Yeah.
No.
Good.
Yeah.
I've been not in the mood to drink when I've been there lately. It's not really feeling it. I went and had one beer last night. Didn't even finish it at home. I wasn't feeling good.
Yeah. Well, your body's still recovering from a long run.
Probably.
Takes a while, dude.
Yeah.
Like you said, you burnt 1,700 calories or something like that, right?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I was glad I got it done. And I don't have to worry about it. That was all I was thinking about for 3 weeks before,
The race.
Yeah. Like, oh my God, I had never ran 13 before. I don't know if I'm going to, Cece was watching me on the app. When she said when I stopped to pee, she thought she was going to have to come and get me because she thought I stopped,
Yeah.
So, but no, I just kept on going.
Yeah.
It feels good passing all those people, but I still only finished like in my age range, like 450 out of 550. I'd like to get that down a lot. But a lot of those guys are probably, I'm guessing they're more serious runners. They've been doing it longer.
Maybe.
Maybe not.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Bro, you only ran for like 4 months.
2 months.
February, March. Yeah, 2 months. You only ran for 2 months.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you can't expect to be number one in that time.
No way.
You got to put a little bit more dedication into it than that.
Yeah. Yeah. That's not given to you that easily.
Yeah, 2 months is not a very long time.
No.
I mean, it's very admirable what you completed in that time. Absolutely.
Some people do it without training, but
Some people do.
Yeah.
That's stupid, though.
it means if who knows if they walk or not. Also,
That's also how you hurt yourself extremely badly.
Yeah.
Like, that's how you rip tendons and
That's so
tear
far.
muscles.
Yeah,
and-
that is
yeah.
no. You got to really prepare for that. I was
Yeah.
watching every YouTube, TikTok video about running marathons and like what to do before and how to. I was looking for half marathon stuff, and I was like, no way, I'm looking for full marathon tips.
Mhm.
And so I felt like I'd watched about everything I could find and felt pretty good about it.
Yeah. Like I said, when I saw you, you looked strong and good.
Didn't look like I was dying.
No, not at all, man. Not at
Yeah.
all. You look good.
Yeah.
Looked real good.
I like a lot of these pictures. I paid for the pictures thing,
Uh-huh.
and like that picture, I'm feeling good.
Yeah. That's what I loved about your pictures. You're all smile, all
Oh
smile.
yeah, you saw them all, didn't you? Yeah.
I looked through them whenever you posted them on Instagram.
Yeah. Yeah, I was feeling good.
It was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, you looked big old grin on your face.
Yeah. Yeah. Felt good to be down there and actually doing it. You know.
Yeah.
I was glad it happens that early in the morning. You know, get it over with and got all day after.
Yeah.
It was crazy every time I'd check the clock and it'd be like, oh, it's only, I've been home for an hour. It's only 11 o'clock or, you know?
I think I was home by like 1 or something whenever I did the marathon.
Yeah.
Because it started super early too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy how many people are down there. Like us. I mean, it was like 16,000 people, I think.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous, man.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. Like I said, I was at the beginning of it trying to find you.
Mhm.
And it's just watching 15,000 people run by, just scanning them. Like I knew you weren't at the front. I knew you weren't at the end. So I was like, hey, he's in this group in the middle somewhere.
Yeah. I was thinking I was going to stay way in the back and I was like, no, I'm going to sneak up a little bit closer. I didn't want to, you know, it just takes so long to get people moving through there. You know, it was 6:40. It started at 6:30, but it's 6:47, I think, when I crossed the start line.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And your actual official time doesn't start until you cross that line.
Yeah.
Because whenever I timed myself on the marathon, I had started a little further back, but I started my timer when I started moving.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So I ended up running more than 26 miles, 26.2 miles, but
that is so
it's just a little bit. It was just a little bit.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think I'll do it next year for sure. Because I just know if it comes next year and I'm like haven't been taking care of myself, I'm gonna feel like shit. You know, like oh yeah, I wish I would have been.
Well, I mean, it sounds like just for your mental state that you need to continue at least running and exercising of some sorts, just to, even if you don't have the goal of running a faster time next year, like it sounds like you need to keep with it. I think you can do it.
Yeah.
I believe in you, Joe.
Yeah.
I believe
I know.
in you.
I'm really excited to go run like 3 because I haven't ran since, you know, and I run 3 and it's gonna seem like nothing.
Just run from your house, then around to Lisi and then back.
Yeah.
Because that's a mile and a half.
Is it?
I don't remember. My park over here is a mile and a half. Delisi may be 2, which is right next to your house.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I might go try running over there.
Might be a mile.
It does get boring in the neighborhood all the time.
That's why I run to Delisi.
Yeah.
It's like from here to Delisi and back is 5.7 miles.
Oh, really?
Is like a regular run that I do.
Yeah.
Sometimes I run to the lake.
Yeah, when I zigzag in and out of my neighborhood, it doesn't look that far. But like when you stretch it out,
Yeah.
you know, it looks like, you know, because I ran 8, which was from the start line to class and turnaround basically.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but in my little square mile neighborhood, me just zigging in and out didn't look long. But
yeah,
when you look at that stretched out, it's like, oh crap, that's so far. You know.
That's why I like running through the city streets and everything, and like through the neighborhoods, turning, going straight, turning, then go, you know.
Yeah.
And then around the park because it gives you something else to look at.
Yeah.
And then through the parks, you know, you come across dogs, which I stop and I pet the dogs. I don't talk to the human. I just pet the dog.
Yeah, I get it.
But it gives you something else to look at.
There were people running with the dogs.
Really?
Yeah.
Even in that, I didn't.
People pushing their babies through it too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do you see?
There was a lot of people pushing.
The guy with the big old cross.
I saw him at the beginning. I didn't see him at the.
I saw
towards
him
the
at
end.
Gorilla Hill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was carrying the cross. I saw that.
Huge cross.
Yeah.
Dude, that thing had to have been heavy.
Yeah, I remember seeing it because it stuck out to me because he had pool noodles.
Yeah.
On it.
Pads. Yeah.
For pads.
Yeah.
So that was kind of cool.
I mean, that thing had to have been 40, 50 pounds probably.
Who knows? I don't know. Could have been lighter than that. You know like that.
Full noodles on it.
Yeah.
That's not anything.
Well, I'm just saying, like you don't know how he built it. Like,
Yeah.
Could have just been
that
12
was
pounds.
crazy. Like, damn, dude. Rather run with my head on my shoulders.
Dude, that's one way to get strong. Carry heavy things, man.
Yeah.
That's why I have like the logs that I was telling you about.
Back there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I have like the different size logs. Like one's 33, one's 42, one's 53. And I'm up to the 53-pound one.
And what are you doing? You just picking up and walking on them?
Well, I'll so like I said, from my house to 39th Street and back is a mile. I'll carry the log in that mile and do 60 squats and 40 lunges in that mile. So basically, when I get to a point where I switch shoulders, I'll either do squats or lunges. Yeah. Total of 100. But carrying heavy things is a way to become strong.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to be a power lifter and things like that. You can just carry heavy things and you'll get stronger.
Yeah.
You know, because if you carry a 40-pound log on your shoulder for a mile and then you do a mile without a log, it's easier because you have less weight.
You ever run with ankle weights?
No.
No.
I heard a long time ago that it was really bad for you.
Really?
Just because the weight is down there, which causes your feet to hit the ground harder.
Oh, really?
You know?
I used to skateboard with him. My brother had him for track, but I'd taken that skateboard with him. Try and like be able to ollie higher and stuff.
What would that do? Would that even, well, I guess if you have ankle weights, you're moving your ankles around to ollie, you know, like lifting your legs up. Huh.
I don't know. I was trying. I think that's wild. But yeah, I bet that does hurt your feet.
I just isn't, from what I understood, it was just bad for the impact. Kind of like running with a weight vest on.
I bet that hurt your back.
I'm sure it does, but it would make you stronger as well too. Like,
Yeah.
it's the same thing as carrying my logs. You know, that's extra 40
I'd
pounds.
do like a bag of dog food. That would be easier.
You could.
Not as hard.
It'll sit on your shoulder better.
Yes. Not
Yeah.
as hard.
Yeah. Sometimes I'll run with my logs, and that's hard. Just kind of jog with like the 30-pound one. Not anything fast.
Yeah.
To where like, but just a little jog with it. It's pretty rough.
Yeah, I'll probably get a run in tomorrow, maybe.
You ever go running? Let me know. You ever want to do 10 miles around the lake? I'll
Oh.
go with you.
No, not until I'm setting a goal again.
That's one of my favorite runs to do. Is just go to the lake and run it.
I tried one time going out there, and I got like 3 miles, and it was just so windy. And
It sucks on windy days.
yeah,
For sure.
I was like, man, this is hard.
For
Like,
sure.
I felt like I was running against the wind. And
Yeah.
I was excited to turn around and have the wind pushing me. You know?
Yeah, it sucks on windy days.
Yeah.
But if it's not so windy, it's one of my favorite runs around the city to do.
All the way around.
Yeah, it's 10 miles. Yeah, I'll park my.
Do you walk at all? Sometimes.
If I get tired, or like I said, you know, usually at like 5 miles, I'll stop and take a break and eat one of those Morton bars to get some calories in, and I'll sit there and I'll just sit down for a minute, relax my legs, do some stretching, something like that.
That sounds easier. Yes. Yeah,
I
you
don't
don't
remember
have
how
to.
long those runs take.
You don't have to run the whole time.
No, you don't. Like, it's like for. So my next goal race is a 100-mile race. That's what I want to do. And
People do this.
yeah, it's crazy. I know.
How? I mean, do you camp out?
No, it's just from start to finish you go. Most people who do it that are extremely good at doing it, they usually run in about 19 hours. But it usually involves quite a bit of walking as well, because it's usually in a mountainous area, so you're going up and down, up and down. Most of them are not completely running the whole time.
You really gonna do 100? You think so?
Well, like I was telling you earlier about setting goals that are
Yeah.
beyond your capability to achieve them. Like it's something that I'm not sure if I can complete.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of it,
Yeah.
is to push yourself and see how far you can push yourself.
Yeah.
You know,
I was pushing.
maybe I can do it, maybe I can't, but I won't know until I try.
Yeah. Yeah, I was really. I mean, I was super nervous about what was going to happen on the
Yeah. See,
marathon.
takes me about an hour and a half to do it. That's the lake.
Yeah, I want to get that. I want to get that 9-minute
Yeah.
mile down, which I really haven't worked on pace at all. So.
Oh, you had a good steady pace. You showed me your numbers
Yeah.
that you had. You seem to have a good steady pace. There was a bit where you dropped to like a 10.5 minute mile average.
That was at the end.
Yeah, kind of towards the end. And I think that was on your little class in straightaway.
Maybe. Yeah.
I think because it was towards the end. I remember
get
looking at
excited.
it, getting excited.
Yeah.
Like the end's coming up. I can
It
stop
was
running.
It was still so like just sitting there in class and thinking how far away Social Park is from there. It's like, that's still a long ways to go, And I got back into like the northwest side of downtown, like by the jail, and I was like, shit, there's still a ways to go, It just those last couple miles were the longest.
Yeah. The end is always the hardest, man. Because mentally you know that it's just right there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, when I got on that last street, whatever it is that turns towards the finish line where you see all the faces of everybody, I thought there was still a mile of that. And I was like, oh my God.
No.
Yeah.
It's not that far.
Yeah. Once I started seeing it, I was like, oh, man, here we go.
Yeah.
That chocolate milk was good.
Chocolate milk,
I'm
man.
so excited.
That's what you remember most about that race is that chocolate milk.
No, it
Tasted good though, didn't
was
it?
good.
You're done. Those calories
cold.
coming in. Yeah.
It's cold.
Did you before you had run the race, did you like visualize completing it or anything like that? Like think about that? You said you had some anxiety leading up towards the race, but
I don't think I really thought about
okay.
that much.
No.
And I definitely didn't think that it was going to be what it was with a billion people down there, like, I mean, it was a huge party down there at the end of it, I was like, I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah.
Just all the people, I couldn't walk, It's like, get out of my way.
Get out of my way.
Yeah.
Move.
There's nowhere I wanted to sit. There's nowhere to sit. It was just people, But whatever.
Hey man, you
Then I could do it again.
like I said, man, not very many people can do what you did.
Yeah.
Especially in that short amount of time.
Yeah.
2 months. Like
It would take 2 more to do a whole marathon?
no.
No, probably not.
I would recommend training more than 2 months.
Yes. Yeah.
Highly recommend that.
You have been running for maybe a year or so before.
I think, yeah. Well, like I said, I've been running my whole life, but that specific one, yeah. I had only been preparing for it for a little while.
Yeah.
And I wasn't near prepared for it like I should have been. Wasn't ready for it.
Yeah. I think I was more ready than I expected. So that's good.
Seemed like it just by looking at your face. Like
Yeah.
when you were running. Like you seemed like good to go.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this is almost over. I can go for 13 more.
No. No way. No, I couldn't imagine. I just can't believe how fast some of those people are. The guy that finished the half marathon was, I think, an hour and 10 minutes.
That's fast, dude.
Yeah, dude.
That's fast, man.
And the girls fast too, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No. It's amazing what people can achieve when they put their mind to something.
Yeah. There's some very skinny folk out there.
Yeah.
You're
usually fast long distance runners are skinny because like you're not
whole bony shoulder.
Yeah, you're not built for strength when you're running like that. You're built for endurance and long runs.
Yeah.
The world record holder, the guy who just forgot, I don't know his name. He just surpassed. He set the world record for the marathon most recently, and he's skinny. like little, dude, little,
Yeah.
you know. But he's built for just running distance. Like that's what he's really good at. That's not my goal. My goal is not to just run the distance. I'm
Yeah.
be strong and
If I could cut my half marathon time down a lot, then I would maybe consider the full marathon. But
you can. You just
Yeah.
got to work towards it. Do what you've been doing, man.
overnight.
No, absolutely not. You just keep doing what you're doing. It'll just naturally come down. You'll naturally become faster
Yeah.
because your endurance. You'll lose weight. You won't be as heavy when you're running, so that'll make you faster.
Yeah.
You know.
You just don't want to be out there for so long. That's a time thing. Just being out there forever. I don't like that.
Break up your runs.
Yeah.
Do like 3 miles in the morning and 3 miles in the evening. Take you 25 minutes, each time, instead of being an hour and a half on a run.
Yeah. That's true. That would be.
You just have to figure out what works best for you and your
Yeah.
schedule.
I don't think getting off work and getting home at 6 and running for an hour and a half is what I like doing.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I had to do for a while. Felt like I had to do.
Yeah, you got to get it in where you can fit it in, man. That's all you can do. You got to work towards whatever goal you set for yourself.
Yeah.
And you got to figure out a time. Like the real work happens outside of the time clock. You know what I mean? Like what you do at work doesn't really mean shit.
Yeah.
Like that pays your bills. Whoop-de-doo. Good for you. You went to work. You made some money. This is how our society works. Now, what do you want to do outside of that to make yourself a better person or whatever?
Well, exercise is good for you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Especially for the brain.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been good.
Do you do any supplementation or anything like that? Take any supplements?
No, not really. I
No.
take like men's 1-a-day vitamins and
I do those.
and
Central.
these little mushroom complex pill things. I get them on Amazon. There's like 18 different mushrooms in them.
Mm-hmm. What's it for?
Just mental health, like relaxation and whatever.
Pretty sure some of those are like for inflammation and things too. Like
Yeah.
I know I was
Yeah.
watching a thing about mushrooms.
Yeah, and then I've been taking collagen for my knee.
Mm-hmm.
It's supposed to help your joints and stuff, tendons.
You do any protein or like creatine or
Protein shakes.
protein? Yeah.
Yeah.
After workout.
Yeah.
You do any pre-workouts or anything like that?
No, I hate feeling like that.
I don't like those either.
Yeah, they taste weird. They taste like chemicals.
That and it makes me all jittery, like
yeah.
I'm on crack or something. Like it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't think I need that.
And I feel like I never really burn off in a workout. I don't know if I wasn't working out hard enough, but even if I went for like an hour and a half workout, I'd come back and still be wired, ready to go. Like
Yeah, I don't think I need to do that.
no,
I don't like spending money on that stuff. It's all $30 a thing, It's like it's just expensive.
I buy one. I have one that's specifically for hydration purposes. You add it a scoop to your water. It's like doing those IV packets. It
Mhm.
has things that you need in it for extra hydration, electrolytes, things like that. And that alone, little container, about that big and about that big around. I think it's like $22
Yeah,
for it.
yeah,
I think it may last me 2 months. Maybe not even that long.
yeah. Buying much of that stuff gets expensive.
It does. It gets expensive real quick.
Yeah,
Real quick.
I bought a pretty big goo pack from Amazon. That's like a huge variety.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like,
what flavor is your favorite?
oh, I like lemonades.
Lemonades.
Yeah,
I do the cherry limeade.
yeah. I got
The
those.
cherry limeade is my favorite.
Yeah,
I buy those.
yeah. I don't know how much they really help, but I'm sure they do. If that's what they're made for.
The amino, it's meant to, yeah. It's meant to like keep you from cramping and things like that. Give you the extra. That's why it says like on the goo packet, it says take 5 minutes before activity and then every 45 minutes.
Yeah.
When you're continuously on a run. It's just it helps with those things. But so does
I had a couple of
What's your diet and everything too. So
yeah. I probably had 3 during the race.
yeah. Did you carry him with you or did you pick
Yeah.
him up?
I carried one thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think Goo has a stand or anything. And,
There were people that had stuff like that.
oh, they were passing them out.
Yeah.
They usually pass out like the pomegranate ones, and
Mhm.
those aren't. I don't like those.
Yeah, I don't think I like that.
Yeah, I don't like the chocolate ones. I don't like
Oh.
the caramel. Like,
No.
ugh.
Yeah, I mean they're thick.
Yeah,
Just like
like you said, you have to have some water
it's
with
like a
it.
big old resin ball.
Yeah, you have to have some. Ugh, gross.
Yeah, that's the
Resin
thing.
ball, man. I've eaten resin before. It's disgusting.
That's what it's like.
Yeah,
That's what it reminds me of every time. It's your teeth.
yeah. Red Rocks.
Yeah.
What concert did you go there?
Incubus.
You saw Incubus at Red Rocks.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Me and Brandon Russell.
Nice.
Yeah.
When year was that?
It was 2 years ago, I think.
Incubus was they came through recently and did the zoo
Yeah.
amphitheater. It's the first concert I've ever gone to on mushrooms.
That's it.
So
I took a
amazing.
couple mushrooms.
It was so amazing.
Yeah. Well, the story, like me and Brandon in high school, we used to do a lot of mushrooms and shit like that.
Mhm.
And that Incubus came out in 2006. They did a live at Red Rocks concert, filmed it, and me and Brandon did mushrooms one night and watched it, and it was like really intense and it was awesome. And they have these like animated butterflies that fly through the screen, and when you do that, you hit like enter on your remote, and they go into this huge trippy visualizer thing.
Whoa.
Yeah. And so me and Brandon watched that and did some mushroom. We had these grapes that were halfway frozen. So like the outside was frozen, but the inside was still juicy. It was like a gusher. And we were like throwing them across the room to each other. But then I saw Incubus was coming to Red Rocks again, and Brandon was sober at that point. But I bought us the tickets. I was like, let's fucking go.
Yeah.
So we went.
How long's he been sober now?
Probably like 3 years.
Nice.
Yeah.
He needed to get sober, man.
Yeah, he was bad.
He was a depressive.
Yeah.
A very depressive.
And everybody took notice of it.
Yeah. No, he was. Once he got to that point, yeah, he needed to quit drinking. I'm so happy for him.
Yeah.
He seems happier now.
Yeah.
Seems much better off. You know.
Yeah, he was bad.
Yeah.
He would, I lived with him, and we'd get off work and go home, start drinking, and I'd have like 3 shots in, and he's like wasted. And I'm like, what's wrong with you? And he's like, oh, I'm fine. And I'm like, no, dude, you're hammered already. And he just kept acting like he was fine. It's because he would drink a fifth on the way home
Yeah.
and chug that before, like, get it started before, and we didn't know. And so he's already a bottle in
Yeah.
before he started drinking with us.
Yeah.
And then once I finally figured it out, I was like, oh, that makes sense. Why you were the drunkest one every single time. Because you were drinking before we started drinking.
That's what like there's some people that just can't drink, and unfortunately I'm one of those people. Like I drink to excess, like same way as like Brandon would. It's not that I was relying on alcohol, it's just that I wouldn't stop and it would get ridiculous.
Would you drink in the morning? What?
I had before.
Yeah. I mean, you wake up and start drinking vodka.
Well, I mean, maybe he had that addiction where he wanted to drink all day. I couldn't move. There were times where I was back in the day where I was drinking during the day. But
yeah, I've never got into that.
I didn't get too far into it. My big problem with alcohol was excess drinking. I just wouldn't stop.
6, 7 shots, Jameson.
Even more.
Yeah.
I just wouldn't stop.
Ugh. Yeah, I mean, it's easy to drink 4 or 5 of them real quick, but then they're gonna hit you hard.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I remember picking you up one time at Wings. Whitney had called me because you were on the ground.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Sure, there was a few of those.
Oh yeah, I've had them too. Yeah. I fucking woke up. I left Joey's. I went to Lumpy's, then went to Joey's. And next thing I knew, I woke up and went to work. Going to work in the morning, the front of my car was just wrecked, and I had no idea what happened. And then like there was piss all over my floor in my bedroom, and like piss in my floor in my bathroom, and like no idea what happened. Still to this day, don't have any idea what happened. Didn't have my phone. So I couldn't, and I didn't know I didn't get home without my phone. So I'm tearing up my house looking for my phone before work. Couldn't find it.
Turns out it was at the bar.
It was at the bar. I think what I really think is somebody backed into me at the bar, and I left without knowing. Because I think I remember getting in my car. I remember getting home.
Who knows, man? Who knows?
Because I didn't. It wasn't like my whole car was completely fucked, but
there was obvious damage.
Yeah,
Something happened.
There was obviously some damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sucked. That's one of those.
I wrecked 2 vehicles.
Yeah. Yeah.
My first DUI, I drove in the back of a utility truck, man. There was pills involved in that night as well, downers. But that's when I got my first DUI. So I fell asleep at the wheel and drove in the back. Luckily, they were not working, and I didn't kill anybody. Yeah. Could have been way worse than it was, and then the car I ended up with after that, I drove in the back of someone's car, pretty much the same exact thing. But that night, I think we got into an argument with, I think I called my wife. I don't know if we were together at the time or not, but I think I called Rachel, and I was arguing with the people that I drove into the back of. And they're talking about calling the cops. And I was like, screw you, call the cops. I don't give a crap. I think the reason they didn't is because they were drunk as well. I just happened to hit somebody else who had been drinking, and they would have gone to jail too.
Yeah.
So we just drove our separate ways.
Yeah.
And, nothing good about that. Like, those are very terrible situations. Crazy how we,
Yeah, I feel like I'm getting out of that, so that feels good.
Yeah. Well, that's where I was going to earlier before we got sidetracked. Just talking about how at some point in time, some people grow up, man, and you leave the people who don't want to grow up behind. And, some of my friends that I had when I drank are still my friends now. Nothing really changed, but some of them are not. I don't hang out with them anymore because they're content with their life, doing whatever, man. And it's just
some of those people, they're the same people they've been.
Exactly. Some people never grow up, man, and they stay this drunk, whatever their choice in life is, they stay like that, man, and they don't grow up, and
they just get old.
Maybe. Hopefully they get old.
Yeah.
I've had friends that have died from liver failure from drinking. Like
Jenny.
Jenny's one of them.
Yeah.
Kelly.
Kelly.
Like
Walt.
Whatever
happened to Walt?
Walt was a long time. He was an old man.
He was dying. I mean, he was dying because he was drinking like that for sure.
Yeah. I'm more so talking about younger people, but
yeah.
like Walt was a little older.
Yeah.
He was in his mid-60s, wasn't he?
I think he was almost 60. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice guy,
Yeah.
but he liked to drink.
Crazy. Yeah.
Walt was the one that they found in his bathtub, right?
Yeah.
And he had been there for like 7 days.
Something like that.
Yeah, I remember talking about that at Outback. Because he used to regularly have a drink at Outback. Come in and eat and then go do whatever. But I remember that, man. They found him. He was all bloated. Ugh, I can't imagine what that smelled like.
Yeah. Yeah.
Crazy, dude.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm ready. Like I saw on the news this week that in Texas they're averaging, wherever they were at, like Austin, they're averaging like 3 to 5 fentanyl overdoses a day, and then they had like 70 in the last like 3 days because it's getting like so bad down there in Texas. And I'm like, well, it's coming here. I mean, it's already here, but if it's coming up that strong right now, it's going to be here like that. And like, I still know all those people that do coke at the bars,
Dude, I'm so glad I don't have a cocaine problem anymore. So glad.
Yeah, me too.
Because you can't just take drugs from people anymore.
I did fentanyl at Lumpy's like last 2 years ago.
Like on
On
accident?
accident, yeah. Was it last year? It was before right before they closed.
Oh, for the remodel?
So last December, not this last
Okay.
December, before. I took
And
one little bump, came back, and I was like, dude, I don't feel right. And he's like, I don't either. And I was like, I feel like I took like 10 more tabs. He's like, yeah, me too. So I mean, I don't know for sure if it was fentanyl, but I think so. It was definitely
imagine.
it was an opiate. I can tell you,
Yeah.
I know what an opiate feels like. And I just
And
went,
what happened? Like, did you go to the hospital?
no,
Did
I
you
just
just
went
go
home.
home?
I just went home, and I woke up feeling super hungover.
Dude, you're lucky you didn't die.
Yeah, but I'm sure. And then I asked that guy that I got it from, and I was like, so was the rest of the bag like that? He's like, oh yeah, the whole bag. And I was like, did you? And he's like, yeah, I did it. I'm like, guys, but some of those people do so much like,
Yeah.
every night, like it's a cigarette,
Yeah.
And I'm
Well, I
just like,
mean, fentanyl's gotten to a point where like that's what some people do now. They just
no,
do fentanyl,
yeah.
and it's ridiculous.
There's a guy that OD'd in the bathroom at work.
There's this kid that I work with.
I didn't work with him; he was a customer, but yeah.
There's this kid that I work with now. He obviously does something, and it seems to me very much like cocaine abuse to me. Um, and it's pretty blatantly obvious. Like you can see in his face. Like I looked at him from the side the other day. He was doing something, and his eyeballs were about to shoot out of his head. Like his eyelids were open, so it was ridiculous.
Yeah, you can tell.
It's like, bro, you ain't hiding it from nobody. But I just because so sometimes he's hard to find. Shocking. Probably doing cocaine in the bathroom. But I was thinking to myself the other day, I was like, one of these days, these managers are going to go looking for him and they're going to find him dead in the bathroom because he got some fentanyl and whatever he's doing.
Yeah.
And he's just ODing in the bathroom, dude. It's bad. Like, I just look at this kid and I'm just like, man, I just want to shake him and be like, this is not the way, dude. But
Yeah.
you can't make people's choices for them.
Yeah, that's kind of why I stopped going to Joey. I mean, Lumpy's opened up, but in Joey's, everybody's doing it. There's a pretty big dealer in there, or
Yeah.
well-known dealer that goes there every night, and all these people going into the bathrooms in groups, and I'm like, y'all just, and the girls all the time going in there in groups doing it, and I'm just like,
How did cocaine start for you?
hanging out and Jason, you know.
But I mean, what was it like? So like for me, my first experiences with it is to just stay up, take a little bump, stay up longer, party longer.
Yeah.
Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Like just wanted to party a little bit longer and everything, and
A little longer, a little harder. Yeah.
a little longer, a little harder. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how it started for me, dude.
Yeah. I mean, there is a time where I was doing it every day, I think, Not like I would wait till the end, so I started drinking to do it, but still, like I was carrying it on me, and I haven't done it in probably about over a year.
It's good, man.
And then like
Probably
only like
never do
three
it again.
times I had done it that year. Yeah, I'm never fucking doing it again.
Dude, it scares me too much now, especially with the fentanyl.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, you can buy test kits and test it, and I'm like,
I don't
yeah,
care.
ruin your bag. No,
Yeah, I don't care. I'd rather just not do it anymore.
that's probably the best idea.
Yeah. I mean, it's
I'll
easier
be
said.
around the people.
It's easier for me to say that now that I've been off of this kind of thing for almost 4 years. It's easier for me to say now than somebody who's doing it on a regular basis. Like, oh, I just don't do it anymore. Like, I get that it's an addictive substance and everything, but
Lots of people do so much.
at some point in time, you gotta freaking grow up, man. I hate to be cliche about it, but yeah, at some point in time, you got to choose something different.
Yeah. Running's good.
Running is good.
Running,
Just run.
yeah, just run inside. That's my anti-drug.
Man, it's a good one, dude. It releases the same type of stuff in your brain. Like,
Yeah. Doesn't cost as much.
in fact, it's free.
It's free.
I mean, you just throw on the shoes. I've seen people who run in no shoes. I've seen people who run
There was
in
a guy.
chucks.
There was a
I've
guy in
seen,
the marathon running no shoes.
you know,
Oh,
like you don't have to have the best pair of running shoes to go running. Like I've seen people running some ridiculous things.
I couldn't imagine running on chucks either. Flat.
Well, some people have flat feet,
Yeah.
and unfortunately, that's a better shoe for them. Mine, I don't. I have high arches, so I have to have some sort of arch support. 29, Joe. We've been going for
A little while.
over 2 hours.
Mm.
2 hours and 5 minutes. Does it feel like it?
It's been a little while.
Yeah. You ever done a podcast before?
No.
Me neither. This is only my 6th one. So I'm still learning. That's why we're trying out the one mic today, because the 2 mics obviously isn't working.
No.
So
That should work.
yeah. We tested it the other night and it seemed to pick up our voices just fine for the most part. Why you gotta run water? That makes me want to pee again. I pee so much, dude. It's ridiculous. I have a little girl's bladder.
Oh.
It's ridiculous. I also do drink a lot of water.
Yeah.
I drink a lot of water.
Yeah,
Which is good.
I had to pee so bad at the end of the race, you know? And I was just trying to find the bathroom. There's huge lines, you know.
Mhm. Why it's good to be a boy sometimes.
Yeah.
Well,
Not downtown.
Joe, we'll end on this and then we'll go ride our motorcycles. What's something you learned so far in life? Take a second, think about it. Like,
Put your mind to something. You can do what you don't think you can do. That's one thing.
hey man, that's a good thing, dude. You literally just proved that.
Yeah.
From-
I would have never ever thought I could do a half marathon, you know?
But you did.
Yeah. I remember like people doing 5Ks and thinking that was crazy. That's easy. That's cake now.
Yeah. Well, you did it, man.
Yeah.
You're a man of your words. You're a man of action.
Yeah. I mean, I remember flirting with the idea, like, hey, I'm thinking about doing the half marathon, and the people I would tell were like, you're like, you know, they're not blowing it off. Like, Joe's not going to do that.
Well, that's because most people can't do it.
Yeah.
They can't see themselves doing it.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
why I asked if you visualized crossing the finish line. Because that's one of the things that I do, like with my goals. I visualize the end product.
Yeah.
Like I visualize crossing that finish line of that 100-mile race that I want to do and how I'm going to feel.
I mean, I kind of did, but you know, I just didn't think it was going to be what it was, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like I was going to be turtling across at the end, you know, but I was still running, feeling good and not gasping for air, you know. I caught my breath. I barely even had lost my breath, you know, at that point. Once you just kind of get in that rhythm, and it didn't seem like I was really worn out at the end. My legs were just hurting.
Well, you kept a good steady pace the whole race. And you
Yeah.
know, like when your heart rate elevates above a certain amount, which for most people, I think it's around like 150 or 160. That's when your muscles start to create the acids in it that cause them to cramp up and things like that. But if you keep your heart rate lower than that, it's a steady pace.
I started getting that side stitch like one of the last miles too, and I was like, no way, not now.
No, stop.
Yeah, so I kind of had to fight through that. It kind of went away. It wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
Not like the ones when I first started running. It's a killer.
Oh, the side stitches, dude.
Yeah.
It does. Those do suck. I'm talking about the ones right here in your ribs.
Yeah. How do you prevent those? Stay hydrated and run.
Hydration, taking man.
Bananas.
I don't think there's anything that can really prevent it because I think it's really
Your organs bouncing around and you're.
No, man. I always chalk them up to breathing. The side stitches, like, because you're doing abnormal breathing when you're running. You don't usually breathe like that.
Yeah.
When throughout your day, you know, you're breathing heavier, you're breathing faster, you're breathing less air is coming in, so there's less air going to the extremities, and plus your body's also pumping more blood to your legs because you're using your legs more.
Yeah.
Your arms are just kind of sitting here, so they don't need as much blood flow in them. So you know your body shifts to what you're doing, and I always attributed those side stitches to just not breathing properly.
Yeah.
So whenever I would get them, I would take deep breaths and like hold it, kind of stretch that area out, and then breathe. Like I don't know. I don't think there's anything that really gets rid of them.
Yeah.
You know, because once you get one, it sucks.
Dude, they're bad.
And sometimes they just go away. Sometimes they stick with you. You know.
Yeah.
That's just one of those things. You deal with it when you're
Feel like it's
running,
going away, then you start picking it up again, and it's like right
and then
there.
it hits you again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't been dealing with them too bad lately, but those first few runs, they
Yeah.
get you real good.
Well, I'm glad you worked through it.
Yeah.
I'm glad you completed your race, Joe. I'm glad you set a
Thanks.
goal for yourself.
Yeah.
I was so happy for you.
Yeah,
I was so happy for you, man.
Yeah, it was a big deal for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope you do it again next year too.
Yeah, I think I will.
Well, everybody, have a good day. Say bye, Joe.
Bye.
What's your Instagram, Joe? Tell them your Instagram if they want to follow you.
Joe Schmo 918.
Spell it for them.
Joe Joe Schmo SCHMOE 918.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
End.